My career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
Do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, welcome back into OTB. No T-Bob Bear, still in Cabo, celebrating Cinco de Mayo today. I'm sure probably the only person in Mexico celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Although Danny said his family celebrated it every single year. It's a really big holiday for them. T-Bob's probably the only person that's actually celebrating it today, but that's okay. We don't have a T-Bob, but we do have a Matthew Flynn.
Yeah, good riddance, buddy.
You celebrating Cinco de Mayo today?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not.
You tried. You tried in your head to think of something.
I'll probably do something like Cinco de Mayo-ish this weekend. Not today, though. Work day on radio.
There you go. It is.
How about you?
No, I've got double radio shows, and then we've got games and stuff.
Oh, you have like the whole kid situation.
Yeah,
they all do, and they all just like fully immersed into extracurriculars.
Yeah, baseball right now.
Okay, so it's all baseball. Anything else?
Just baseball.
All right.
Trying to get them to play soccer.
So I'm sure they're all playing baseball, but they're not playing baseball like the same time. Is it back and forth?
We have.
Or do y'all camp out?
So yeah, I turned 36 on Saturday.
Okay.
We have
Happy birthday!
Thank you. We have 5 baseball games. 5.
Good for you.
Because of all this rain, we have
Good for
5.
You.
So.
Oh yeah, so we have. So Huck's and T-ball, and it's T-ball, right? Not real competitive.
Right. Everybody pretty much scores every time.
If it goes past 3 innings, the game's not progressing because they just, see squirrels and, different things.
Yes.
Because of the rain, we got a game Friday night and a doubleheader on Saturday in T-ball.
Yeah, we do too.
Huck doesn't necessarily know that he has a doubleheader Saturday. Do we tell him?
No.
He'd be so pumped if he could just go home.
Yeah.
But
you got to bribe him.
Yeah. No, we're excited. Like
yeah,
one of the things I look forward to the most every week is like just going to the ballpark and just like seeing him like in a uniform and just like have fun for at least 2 innings.
Yeah. Before we get to this Aaron Rodgers stuff, just letting y'all know there's going to be plenty of content coming in the fall because Matt's son and my son are playing on the same football team, and
Bingo.
Matt's the quarterback.
Right here. QB1.
I will ridicule the hell out of you if you
Oh,
throw
no
a bad
doubt, and you
pass.
should, but those kids better get
they
their
drop it,
hands right.
yeah, if they drop it,
I'm gonna Peyton Manning on SNL this thing for sure.
Yeah, so the content of that is definitely, can't wait.
I got it'll be fun. So I'm a little bit fearful for like the first or second game because I got a feeling that there's going to be a tight window and I'm going to try to force it in there.
You're gonna break a kid's nose.
No, I don't know. Just maybe like hit him in the groin or I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter at that age. All right, let's get to this Aaron Rodgers news. And here's what we're going to do. And we talked about it on the companion show because that was the day that it broke on Thursday. So now it just does not seem, Matt, like that relationship can be mended. It seems like it is pretty much
Who's saying
done. It just feels like it, does it not? I mean, you think Aaron's going to go back?
I don't know.
Exactly. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I'm going to give you 7 destinations.
Oh, that's an old picture.
I'm going to give you 7. Oh, no beard. That looks really weird. I'm going to give you
7
Reebok
jerseys.
So that's at least from 2011 or before. 2011. 2012 was first year Nike jersey.
You sure?
Yes.
All right.
Because we actually got good gear for the Bolts.
I'll buy it.
7 destinations. I'm going to give you what people think it would take to get Aaron Rodgers, and you tell me if you'd make the deal. First one, Tennessee Titans.
Deal.
Packers get Ryan Tannehill, a 2022 first-round pick, a 2023 first-round pick. The Titans would get Aaron Rodgers and a 2023 fourth-round pick.
Who am I making this deal for?
What do you mean? It's the Titans. I just told you.
Okay, the Titans.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, yeah, I'm making that deal.
Okay, so you're making the deal.
I'm making I'm saying yes to all these. Just gonna go ahead and say that.
Las Vegas Raiders, Derek Carr, 2022 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round pick, a 2023 first-round pick, and the Raiders would get Aaron Rodgers and a 2023 fourth-round pick.
Oh yeah, making that deal.
Cleveland Browns.
Look, please don't go the Raiders, Aaron.
So
you know what's interesting is both the quarterbacks that were trade rumored this year, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, all had Vegas in their top picks.
Yep.
Why?
New stadium.
New stadium.
It's in
okay,
Vegas.
So what?
But the thing that surprises me there, because being in the NFL as long as they've been in the NFL, they know at the end of the day, when you peel back all the newness, the Oakland Raiders still pop out. The Oakland Raiders are a horribly ran franchise.
They still have the same owner. They still have Spider 2, Banana. I don't understand the allure. I mean, I guess the newness of Vegas, the allure of it. But is there some others outside like marketing that is just so overwhelmingly beneficial financially?
Would you be on the side of MGM? But Aaron,
are they going to get like stake in a casino?
Right.
Like what's
now,
happening?
Obviously, like Aaron way better than anyone listening on this show or me talking right now. That doesn't seem like though something he would even be intrigued by.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, why even come out and say that though? Is it a really good, because of the newness? Is it a good bargaining chip for other teams? But both, you got 2 of the top quarterbacks in the league all had Vegas on their short list, which blows my mind. But
but San Francisco makes sense. He's from the Bay Area. That's a team that actually is not that far away. They get all their injured guys back, and they had some juice to them. Shanahan is your coach there, John Lynch, and so you feel good about how things are run. And obviously when they select Trey Lance, that's off the table. But before that, you can understand. The Denver one is confusing as well. I don't really love Denver's roster. I think Denver's got a lot of holes on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some nice pieces, but they don't have a roster that's like, we're ready to make a run, even with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. The only way I can explain it is no state tax for the Raiders and the Broncos.
California, you're definitely you're
a
little bit.
You're paying like a 15%. I'm going home fee on that one.
Do you think at the end of the day he gets moved?
I hate when people and I hate when what we watch and hear every day, we jump to these conclusions that before we ever hear from anybody.
Right.
People are actually talking about. That's what we did that with Tom Brady and the Patriots for so long. And then of course eventually it happened. But this is the first time really we're hearing this with Aaron. And does he have the right to be upset and to take the position that he's taking around it? Yeah, he has the right to. But I hate we hear all this passed down information.
You don't get it from the source.
You don't get it from the source, or you're not going to.
Yeah.
And so you speculate. So it's like the dynamic, what everyone's feeling and what everyone's gut feeling is telling them is loosely based on all the 50 things that you hear on TV. So it's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it.
Liar.
I know that he was betting on horses at the Derby this past weekend, and he probably wasn't thinking about it at all.
Let me tell you something. One, it looked like he was living his best life.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
There at the Kentucky Derby. Some great videos and photos coming out. He had a Turd Ferguson name tag, which I can absolutely appreciate.
Sure.
But the one thing that caught my attention was they asked him the question, hey, you're here all the time. Would you maybe be interested one day being an owner of a horse in the Derby? And he said, you know what? That's more of my former teammate Matt Flynn's duty. He's a horse owner. He's a guy that has some stake in some horses.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't hide money, but didn't know you were a horse owner.
I think
he put you on blast in front of the whole country.
Was the whole country watching that? I don't think so.
I
think at one point,
I think a bulk of the country.
I owned
maybe not, but I was watching.
Owned like a quarter of a toenail of one of those things. I didn't even own a hoof. On some of the dirt underneath the hoof.
He's still an owner.
Absolutely. I was going to that winner's circle.
Without question.
No, so I had a group of buddies multiple years ago it's one of these, it's just kind of like a fun deal. You get in and like I said, you own like 1/100,000% of a horse, and like a couple of them.
Yeah.
And a couple of them actually turned out pretty good.
So is that no longer?
No, I don't know. That's no longer. Yes.
Do you sell your stake, or do you just be like, this horse isn't really doing it? He's going to be at kids' birthday parties now.
You pretty much just like go to the races, bet on those horses, and then you just write it all off. There you go.
All right, fair enough. But it was good to hear your name and find out some new information that I did not.
You're welcome,
know
sir.
Before that,
I was surprised to hear that as well.
You didn't know he was going to drop your name.
He might have been over exaggerating a bit. Yep. Never had a horse in the Oaks or the Derby, so for sure.
Did you have one in the Louisiana
you would
Downs?
have known. Yeah.
In New Orleans?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What's the best finish we're talking here?
I don't know.
Oh my God! You're a horse owner and you don't know the best finish.
I'm not a horse owner.
You were. You were a minority
I'm a horse
owner.
race enthusiast because you go and you drink and you bet on horses. You know?
I don't know what was coming next. Okay, I'll take you off of this subject and I'll get the real details off the record when we go to break here. When we come back, though, LSU beach volleyball coach Russell is going to join us, and we're going to talk about the fantastic team that they have in the NCAA championships that they've got taking place in Gulf Shores. When we come back here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, brought to you by All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. You can find them online at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. We tell you all the time, look, it doesn't really matter which four people are in this room. We're all going to have different needs. Like no matter who's in this room, no matter how much we change it up, everybody's going to have different needs, right? I'm going to need a bigger SUV, and I'm going to need a midsize SUV. If you need a sedan like Mario, if you need that midsize SUV for Danny and Rhonda, if you need a truck like Matt does, like everything's always going to change, and your needs are going to change, but they've got them all covered over at All-Star Toyota. Go find them online because they have a great list of the new inventory. You can go shop it right there on the website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Of course, the pre-owned vehicles are there as well. So no matter what you're looking for, go check out the site. We always tell you when you go over to the dealership, it is set up for success. New, pre-owned, the service center, all of it is laid out perfectly, and you're going to find exactly what you need. Again, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
What if you could truly energize your body and mind from the most fundamental level, your cells? Cellivate is a revolutionary health-aware approach to energy, focus, and mood enhancement, packing everything you need to optimize your mind and body from the inside out. The unique formula combines top-notch cellular energizers, nootropics, herbal extracts, and powerful antioxidants, all in one sugar-free 12-ounce can. Elevate your cells. Cellivate.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Bayou Ford is open for business, and we want to earn your business. Stop in and see our selection of the latest Ford cars and trucks, as well as a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, with prices starting as low as $5,000. Bayou Ford will get you the transparent information you're looking for, and when you're ready to purchase your new vehicle, provide the professional service you deserve. Located off I-10 on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. Start getting you ready for LSU's trip to Auburn for a 3-game set on the Plains, and it's a Whiskey Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, welcome back into OTB. Excited to catch up with our next guest. LSU Beach Volleyball is heading into the postseason, the NCAA championships now. So we're going to catch up with the head coach, Russell Brock. Coach, how you doing this morning?
Doing great. Thank you very much for having me on.
Absolutely. Excited to catch up with you again. Another fantastic season so far, 25-7 on the year. The only losses coming to the top 3 teams in the country. So heading into the NCAAs, I've got to imagine you, one, know who your team is, and you also know that they're battle-tested heading into this matchup against Loyola Marymount.
Absolutely. Yeah, obviously you like to be a better seed, but if you're talking about the top teams in the country and you're coming in as 4, there are definitely worse places to be, and we know those teams well. So we're excited about where we are, and we're excited about the opportunity that lays ahead of us, and we're definitely ready to go in there and push to change what we haven't been able to do, and we're playing as good as we played all year, so that's a great place to be.
And also, I mean, even in those losses, Coach, those are razor thin margins that you lose by. So when you have that and you have the ability to go back, how much have you looked at those things and said, okay, here's what we need to fix? Because as we know, once we get to the NCAAs, we're going to get everyone's best. How much have you kind of gone back and looked at those losses, knowing that they were so small, the error of was so small as far as the margin of loss there, that you can go back and try to fix it?
Yeah, immediately it's not hard when there aren't very many things that need to be different. It's pretty easy to pinpoint those. It wasn't like we had, a slew of things that we've got to address. I mean, it's like you said, it's razor thin. There are very few things that we can address, and there's very few things that they can change as well. So, a lot of it just comes down to being mentally in a place where we can trust our ability and trust our teammates and finish a couple plays here and there that are well within our reach to have a different outcome. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're confident going into the tournament.
It also helps your confidence when you have Kristen Nuss, who is the winningest player in college beach history with 135 career victories heading into the weekend. And obviously, Taryn right there with her. That's something that can give you confidence, knowing that you're sending literally the best ever into competition.
Absolutely. I mean, you no matter who you play, you've got to win 3 of those 5. And if you can go in knowing that you've got one of them, then, it's not an easy task when you're playing the caliber of teams we'll be playing at the national tournament in the Elite 8. And as it obviously dwindles, you're going to have great pairs across the board. But when you can feel confident that you've got one already in the bag, now it makes it a little less stressful to know that, hey, we've got to execute, and it's well within our reach. We just got to find a way to get it done.
All right, Coach, let me ask you this. Obviously, we're a couple of former football players, and so we always talk about home field advantage and being able to play at this place or that place and knowing your surroundings. This is somewhere that y'all know. Y'all have played there before. How much does that matter in beach volleyball?
It's a huge advantage. It's one of the reasons why we try and go as many times as we can. You want to knowing the sand, knowing the wind and the conditions, and obviously that changes every minute that you're anywhere outside. But to know kind of the range that you can get, and even the layout of the court, the familiarity is really important. The first year we went, it was significantly more challenging because there's a different energy, it's a different layout, it's a different vibe. Now for those players who've been here, 4, 5, 6 years, it's way more comfortable, and we've done it before, and we know we're going to do it again. And it's just like, hey, going back and doing what we know we can do.
All right, Coach, something else that I always find intriguing is when you look at the teams that are in the championships, you got multiple schools out in California, you have Florida State, and outside of those schools, I mean, TCU and LSU, the only ones that aren't from those states. And it is funny that, depending on where you're at, and I think, Matt, last time you were on, he asked you about recruiting and where do you go to get these star players. I mean, it is kind of unique that a place like LSU has been so good in beach volleyball. And so it seems like the program, though, it doesn't matter your location now. Like, you have become one of the blue bloods in volleyball, and people are, I mean, not that they haven't, they've been respecting the program, but every single year that respect level just goes up.
Yeah, I think that's, like you've mentioned, it's part of it's the recruiting, part of it's, you're drawing people to a university that breeds success athletically, and honestly, part of it is that we are different. Like, we're not on the East or West Coast. Like, we're kind of like the blue collars.
Yeah.
That get to work. It doesn't matter where we're from. We're going to learn how to play this game. We're going to play our style. We're going to play our brand, and we're going to not be afraid to go toe-to-toe with anybody, no matter where they are or what their history is.
All right, Coach, before we let you go, give us a couple of things to watch in this opening round matchup. Kind of give us the book on the opponent and what we should be paying attention to.
Yeah, they've got a coach, John Mayer, who's one of the greatest to play this beach game. He's, an undersized guy that has been remarkable with his defensive ability. He's super calm, and I think he's instilled that in his team. They're deep as far as their balance. They're 1 through 5. They're pretty comparable, which is a great way to have a roster. And we know that they're gonna be disciplined and they're gonna be skilled. So that requires you to beat them, and we need to have that mindset as well. You can't give away points. We don't expect them to, and ultimately, our plan is that our athleticism and our depth will be deeper than theirs, and our system we expect to be able to match up well with theirs and to be able to finish them off.
Coach, this is Matt Flynn. First of all, I just want to say good luck to your team. But I want to kind of knock you off balance a little bit with a question. So Jacob and I were talking about last segment the movie Top Gun, and we had an argument about how uncomfortable it has to be to play beach volleyball in blue jeans. Do you have any experience with this? And if you do, can you kind of expound about if it's comfortable, is it possible?
If it's the norm, yeah.
It's the norm.
Yeah, I would say probably that's one of the worst decisions you could possibly make.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
The sand's got to get in there.
Sweating. I know it's
terrible.
out Miramar and San Diego, Coach, but that's still got to be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's really nothing good about that. The only good thing I'll say about that is that you'd have superior sunscreen protection.
Okay,
so,
no, that's
based
fair.
on your lower body. But man, you would not. There's no way you could be comfortable. I mean, you can think about it, just going for a jogging jean.
Yeah,
That's no problem.
yeah. I mean, the
Now
SP
mix in some sand, and
Oh,
that's just a
man.
recipe for disaster.
Sand, sweat. I mean, I guess you get cool points, but that's about it.
That's. Oof. I'm glad he answered that question. All right, so it is limited attendance this year. So if you want to watch the matches, all matches Friday are on ESPNU and then ESPN2 for the rest of the event. We're all looking forward to it, Coach. We always appreciate your time and good luck.
Thank you very much. Go Tigers.
All right, there he is, Coach Russell Brock, good enough to join us for a couple of minutes this morning, answering the question that we've all been wondering since the mid-1980s.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, thank you to Coach for really diving into the hard-hitting questions like that.
I could tell he liked your question a lot, though.
Of course, dude.
Like, it wasn't even like macrame, though. Like, you could cut them off maybe. No, it was full length to the ankle jeans.
Yeah, it's the worst decision of your life to play beach volleyball.
Chafing, I mean, the whole deal is just bad.
Yeah, it's the – can you just imagine, though? I know I said this last segment, but can you imagine sweating in jeans, and it's hot, and you're running, and then you add the element of sand. Ugh, gross.
All right, we've actually got some questions for Matt Flynn coming in, so we'll take a break. And don't worry, he's not going anywhere. He'll be here until 9 o'clock, but we'll ask those questions. Yeah, you'll be here till 9 o'clock. And we've also obviously got Would You Rather Wednesday coming up at 8:15. We've got Todd Walker set to join us. We still got a big show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to dgbauto.com. Dawsonville Glass and Body.com is the site as well. Multiple ways to find information on the best in the business. We tell you that because T-Bob and I have both used them multiple times, and they have always had the best customer service, and you know they're going to be elite at whatever they do. Obviously, if you get in a collision, like this is where your vehicle needs to go. No one can tell you where to take your vehicle. This is where you tell them, I want my vehicle to go, because you know they're going to be transparent in the entire process. That's not only in the collision, but do not forget, if your car is at your house, if it's at your place of business and you can't get it to Dawsonville Glass and Body, they will come pick it up and drop it off free of charge. And throughout that entire process, they're going to have conversations with you about what's going wrong with your vehicle, what it's going to take to get it back on the road, and they're going to have itemized lists and prices and everything. Everything over there is going to be transparent. Again, DawsonvilleGlassandBody.com, DawsonvilleGlassandBody.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, welcome back in OTB here with Matt Flynn on a Wednesday morning. You say Wednesday or Wednesday? Depends on who you're around.
Let's see. Wednesday. Probably Wednesday.
Okay, good. Mario?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Danny?
Show off.
Wednesday.
All right. Look, we all went to Brother Martin.
How smart I am. I pronounce my A's.
Yeah, whatever. Wednesday morning. All right. We got some questions coming in for you, Matt. So I'm going to go ahead and run down all the questions we have inside the Bayou 4 chat. You can get those in right now. Ask Matt, SEC team he dislikes the most
Florida.
now and when and when he played.
Florida. Always Florida.
Yeah, mine too.
Florida
Like
sucks.
it's not close. It's Florida. It's the Gators. It will always be them. They stomp on every logo.
Yep.
They
They're
do stuff at the
trash.
bottom of the pile that they shouldn't do.
I will never, ever sell my high to Florida.
Matt,
just kidding. I'd sell it to.
if they called you right now,
No discounts, though.
you would drive to
No
Gainesville
discounts.
with a truck full of My High. I don't think they're going to
I
call
would
you,
not
though.
drive.
I don't know if you know this. They've got a pretty big sponsorship with another drink company.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a water company or something?
Nah, it's more of an energy sports drink.
Never heard of it.
Okay, yeah, I don't think they're going to be calling you, so don't worry. Ask Matt, are your receivers prepping for next season with 1,000-catch summer?
What? I don't understand the question.
They thought that you pay attention. They don't know that you don't pay attention, and you don't know what that means.
My receivers?
Yep.
1,000 catch summer. Who's 1,000 catch summer?
Ask Matt. I'm going to need some deets on this right off thing for the horse racing.
Well, no matter how big. Yeah.
Off the record, we'll give you that information. Ask Matt, does Mr. Johnny still live across the street from you?
No, he doesn't. Nope. I moved.
Ask Matt.
That's a very specific question.
What are some dark secrets about the electrolyte balance industry?
That most products are not good. There is something called marketing electrolytes, which we avoid. We just put back in your body what you need.
Okay. Ask Matt, does this mean Louisiana has top 4 beaches since LSU's number 4 in beach volleyball?
Nope. Definitely not. That is a good question. Should I ask them, is all sand consistent no matter where you're playing? Do you go with like the native sand? Like Florida sand's different than California sand.
Why? And someone way smarter than me, and it's probably an easy answer. Why don't we have beaches in Louisiana that people go to?
Mm-hmm. It's got to be something with like science.
Erosion, the coast, something. Someone, again, maybe someone from Brother
Geology
Martin over on the other side or in the chat can let me know exactly.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Definitely something to do with erosion.
Okay.
Were they there one time?
Probably.
Once upon a time?
And then they got washed out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to have a beach that we all just drove to. It'd be a little bit closer for us.
I mean, we could make one. Not we. I mean, you can bring sand in, right?
But you don't bring sand to the beach, I was told.
Hey-o.
All right. Ask Matt, did you date a golden girl while at LSU?
Yep, married one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, he married one.
Yep. Married the baddest one ever, too.
How quarterback of you?
This one was for Coach Brock, but since you're a lover of this band as well, I'll ask you. Ask Matt, favorite Nickelback song?
That's a toughie. There's some good ones. Was there one called like Pop Stars or Rock Stars? Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Yeah, like you don't know their catalog.
Yeah,
all right,
true.
ask Matt, what animal has an undeserved bad reputation?
Undeserved bad reputation. Animal. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a thinker. I think off the top of my head, I'd say bats. I mean, when's the last time you saw a bat attack a human? Yeah, I guess they're kind of like a dirty. People kind of look at them as like a dirty, but like, look, we're in Louisiana. We got mosquitoes. I wish I had bats all over my house, eating those mosquitoes up. I've actually thought about digging a cave in the side of a hill, see if they congregate, nest, procreate.
All right, ask Matt. Hester R. Dixon said in the past, you used to be a rock band leader / legend, true or false? Also, did you know they still make new free songs for the game?
Oh, okay, like Guitar Hero situation.
Yeah, Matt was really good.
Yeah, I could shred a little bit. I'd play on expert, not a huge deal, but pretty big. But some of like the really hard songs, like the Metallica songs. See, when I started out my Guitar Hero career, I was like a one-way strummer.
Yeah.
Like I went down the whole time. So like when you get into the really fast stuff, you have to have that base, that foundation of it going up and down.
Yeah.
A two-way strummer. And see that I couldn't keep up with those really, really, really hard songs. So, but I was pretty damn good.
Ask Matt, do you take anything seriously? No.
Yeah.
Oh, business and family.
Business and family.
That's the
I
only.
told you, I'm a father and a businessman.
That's it.
That's it. I mean,
That's
yes,
why we
I
love
take
you.
things seriously.
No, you don't. That's why we love you.
I get in some segs where I can get serious about QBing and pass protection.
Ask Matt, favorite Jacob Hester story.
Why would you get serious about stuff? Like life's
No, I don't
fun.
think they were asking it like a
life's fun.
A negative thing. Like that's
Fun.
why we love having you on it. I even like the morning flustering better because everybody's on their way to work and it's like, oh God, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Then we hopefully brighten up their day a little bit. All right, favorite Jacob Hester story. While you're trying to filibuster over there.
Favorite Jacob Hester story? I don't know. That's a weird question. I don't know why that's a weird question.
Yeah, why is it a weird question?
When I think of like your and I's time at college, I think about like our days in 110s at 4 p.m. and how we would like come up with strategies to beat 110s.
Yeah. But Moffitt's not listening.
Think about playing Uno.
Yes.
Bogeys for sure.
Yeah. Staple.
Staple.
The
classic.
one that always comes to mind for me is we were roommates on the road our freshman year, and Jimbo didn't allow that after our freshman year because he made you go with
Jamarcus.
Jamarcus, right? He wanted
Mhm.
the quarterbacks to be together, and he was like adamant. We're like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are we doing this? And he's like, quarterback's got to be a quarterback.
He's like, Jacob, buddy, you got to play. You can't hang out with this kid.
That's
this cat is a little.
That was something he told me off the record. All right, ask Matt, favorite event to watch during the Olympics.
Oh man, that's a good question. I love the Olympics. I know we've had this argument before. I like the Winter Olympics better than the summer, but I enjoy the mainstream stuff. So like in the Summer Olympics, I love watching the sprints. I love watching the gymnastics. I'm trying to think of other summer. I don't like watch the conventional sports. I don't watch like baseball or basketball or anything like that. I think that's pretty boring. Ping pong. Really like watching.
Forrest Gump, whole
Yep.
deal. All right, I know we got about 30 seconds left. A couple of reasons why we don't have beaches in Louisiana. Because of hurricanes is one answer. Because of the flow of the Mississippi River. It's because the river shoves trash, sand on our coast. Last island used to have nice beaches as a barrier island, but it's underwater now. And some more because of the Mississippi River Delta. So we have somewhat of an answer.
Yeah.
And next time someone asks you that, you fully plagiarize this and you give it as your own answer.
Sure. It's Mississippi River.
And we'll act like we went to Brother Martin. All right. We will take our last break of hour number 1, hour 2 coming up when we come back on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, brought to you by RejuveMe, and RejuveMeMedical.com is the website, the age-defying clinic with so many different services that they offer. I'll tell you all the time my story, right? I didn't think I needed to go get my levels checked. I'm like, oh, my testosterone is fine. I don't need to go do that. But when I went and had them checked, they showed, hey, you actually have 3 things that are going on that you need to pay attention to, and you need to get on a treatment to be able to fix. And so they always can find something that you can get better at to feel like your youthful self. I tell you, every single day, every one of us in this room is going to age differently. That's why you have to go get your consultation. You have to get your numbers. You have to get your data because you're going to have a different treatment plan than the person next to you, right? They also offer HGH supplementation, blood testing, cosmetic injectables is something we don't talk about. They obviously offer that as well. You can go to the website, RejuveMeMedical.com. That's RejuveMe, Restore Me, Refuel Me, RejuveMe.
A certified pre-owned vehicle means that it's been certified by factory-trained technicians. It meets a stringent criteria of over 155-point inspection. We want to make sure that vehicle is mechanically sound and that we have a warranty to back it up. There's no mileage limitation. You can be assured that you're driving a vehicle, you got a good value, you'll get that special financing, those special incentives on certain models, and some of the other amenities that you get with the certified pre-owned vehicle.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Bayou Ford is open for business, and we want to earn your business. Stop in and see our selection of the latest Ford cars and trucks, as well as a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, with prices starting as low as $5,000. Bayou Ford will get you the transparent information you're looking for, and when you're ready to purchase your new vehicle, provide the professional service you deserve. Located off I-10 on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Sports wouldn't be the same without the die-hard fans. That's why we're highlighting the fans that do the most. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge brings you the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week. Check it out at 1045ESPN.com, the Citizens Bank Fan of the Week.
Hour is brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyer.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Wednesday, May 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 79. In case you missed hour one of the show, you can catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Coming up in hour number 2 of Off the Bench, Matt Flynn sits in for another hour, and we have the latest edition of Would You Rather Wednesday at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter and Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch us live on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Make sure to subscribe to the OTB channel and set your notifications. Also, check us out on Cox Sports Television. Hour number 2 of OTB starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Tebow Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. Yo, yo, yo.
All right, welcome in to hour number 2 of OTB here with Matt Flynn, filling in for T-Bob Hebert, of course, Mario and Danny behind the glass as well. I am getting way smarter than I ever thought I would be with all of the submissions inside the Bayou Ford chat about why we can't have beaches in Louisiana. I am going to use that information somewhere today, take it as my own, not give you any credit.
How are you going to relay that?
So smart. It doesn't matter. I'm going to find a way.
Give me your best sentence of you sounding smart.
I'm just going to casually be maybe talking too loudly about going to the beaches in Florida.
Yep.
And then when the waiter or waitress comes over, oh, you like to go to Florida? Like, yeah, I'd like to go to a Louisiana beach, but here's the reason we don't have beaches in Louisiana.
Boom. Mississippi River, y'all.
Did you know? I'm going to hit him with that. Did you know why we can't have beaches in Louisiana?
Did you know why?
And
she probably.
It's the Mississippi River.
Yeah. And here's the deal. We were talking about this off air. It's like, yeah, but you could probably get some beaches, the western part of the state, potentially, maybe, manufacture some. But, like, if you're going to do it, you don't want a crappy beach. I mean, like we were saying, Texas has some beaches.
Yeah.
Not really kind of like the beaches.
Yeah, and Bilbo points out Florida spent $50 million for their sand on their beach. I don't think Louisiana's going to do that.
I'm actually, that number seems a little low to me.
$50 million seems low to you for sand.
For government spending on a state of that size where tourism and attractions are all on the beach, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a $500 million like expenditure. Like if they pump, you got a lot of levees to build up. You got a lot of stuff to do. You got to make sure that stuff isn't eroding.
No one has ever asked the government to spend more money, but you just did.
I didn't ask.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Well, Florida, they go spend it.
Okay, so
hey, there was one question that we got that has really like piqued my interest a little bit, and it was that which animal has an undeserved bad reputation? Yeah, it's a fantastic question, and I was been thinking about it. I was like actually Googling a couple things.
The things that pique your interest.
I mean, that's a really interesting question.
I tell you what,
skunks.
Emil's been on fire lately with his questions. Oh. We've been agreeing a lot lately, which is weird.
So, skunks, vultures, pigeons. I think all have kind of an unwarranted bad reputation. Vultures for sure. They're thought of to be dirty a little bit, but how terrible would just everywhere smell if they weren't there to eat dead carcasses?
Okay.
Right?
It's a great point.
Heard it here first.
Do you have any reasons for your other selections?
Skunks.
They smell like
yeah, they
trash.
they don't smell good,
No.
but like you're not hanging out with a skunk. They're fairly cute, and they don't really do anything to harm, like to affect your day-to-day life in any way. Like every now and then they'll spray, but they have to have some sort of defense mechanism.
Like
surviving out there.
Like a porcupine.
Like a porcupine. Pigeons, and I don't know. Pigeons do kind of suck.
Pigeons are fun to chase when you're a little kid.
Okay.
That's a good point. They saved Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone 2.
They did. The pigeon lady.
Pigeon lady. But that's about it. Yeah, I take it back. Pigeons suck.
Yeah. Sky rats. We're saying Pitbull is the only answer here. Pitbulls get bad reps.
That's a good point, too. Yeah, you can't judge the entire Pitbull nation based on a couple of bad Pitbull owners. That's what I'd like to say.
All right. I do have some bad news for you when it comes to putting a beach in southwest Louisiana. It's all grassy marshland. It would wash away. Used to hunt the very southwest corner and have a customer down there, and it is not somewhere you can put a beach.
What if you have $500 million? Bring some dirt in, build that land up. Nah, probably not.
500 million is probably not going to do it.
We should just stop.
Look, hey guys,
this. We
here's the
sound
deal.
like idiots.
We're going to move on because we're all just going to continue to drive to Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Unfortunately, it's just the way it's going to be. Look, and if you built beaches down there, the duck hunting probably wouldn't be as good, right?
Fair.
You're putting beach on the marsh, right?
I guarantee you wouldn't be as good. So
okay, so there we go.
All
right. So we
we need to stop.
We actually had you in for the Draft Companion show on Thursday, and so we got a chance to talk about. We got a chance to talk about the first round with you. Multiple quarterbacks went, 5, I believe, because you had to eat five small sliders.
Yep.
We had a couple of quarterbacks go in the second, third round from the SEC. I'd like to get your opinion on a couple of those guys. And I know Kyle Trask is someone that you actually know. You've watched him play. You appreciate some of the things that he can do. He goes to Tampa Bay. I believe it was the last pick of the second round. A lot of people saying, oh, Bruce Arians likes to push the ball down the field. That's not what Kyle Trask can do. That's a bad spot for him. I always felt like that was an easy cop-out because coaches are going to coach to the strengths of their players. And if they saw something in Kyle Trask that they liked, then they're going to coach to his style, right? I mean, it's so fun. Like, you give credit to Sean Payton for designing plays with Drew's arm strength or lack thereof later in his career. Look, you don't think he can dial it up when Jameis has a different style? He's going to change his playbook and change what he wants to do.
Yeah,
that's why they get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what separates like good coaches from great coaches is they don't have to be like pigeonholed into one thing, no pun intended, into like one thing that they do. I mean, they adapt to the players, they adapt to the strengths, and as great coaches play to their players' strengths and avoid their weaknesses. Every player has weaknesses. Whether some might not have very many, and
it might be a small one,
and it might be a very tiny weakness.
Yeah.
But you bring out the best in your players, and you use their athleticism, use their talents wisely, and in the best way. And in football, that's why there's so few great coaches, because football is such a team sport. You have 11 people with weaknesses on the field at the same time. Now some people's are more glaring, like a quarterback position. You see those weaknesses every play because they're the only person on the field that touches the ball every single play. But that's what makes a great football coach like stand out, and there's not that many great ones. And so that's so the Kyle Trask pick. Like I've been thinking about Kyle Trask, just what I think of him as a quarterback in his NFL future. Like, his bowl game was not very good. He made surprisingly
all of his top guys opted out.
Yeah, but he surprisingly didn't. I don't care about stats or how he performed, like how many touchdowns he threw.
Right.
He made some really bad throws. I get it. Mentally, maybe he's not all there for a game. But he's one of these guys that has really good mechanics, and he throws the ball really well. He spins it really well. Now, my question for him going forward is how good, how talented is his arm, when things break down a little bit, when he can't sit there and use perfect mechanics.
Right.
Can he just whip it around? Can he throw a sidearm? Can he do all these different things? And that's what I look at. Because he's really good and very accurate. He doesn't have that big arm, but I don't care about a big arm.
Right.
But I think he's in a really great spot to learn. Of course, and it's been probably beat to death since the draft pick. You'll learn behind Tom Brady, blah blah blah. I had the opportunity to do that behind Aaron, and I became a better quarterback just watching, and being able to practice and try to implement some of the things he does. And so I think their styles. Kyle's style of play is really good to sit behind Tom. So, they knew that. But I don't think he was I just got a little worried last year on some bad throws that he made. Everyone makes bad throws, but the reason why he made those.
Right, okay. So then you look at the Saints pick in the 4th round. Ian Book is a guy at Notre Dame that we saw against LSU. We saw him be a starter for multiple years. And
since 2012, right?
It feels like it.
Been there a while.
It does. And he's got some of those things that you're talking about. He can throw with sidearm. He can throw it on the move. Actually, he's that quarterback that when things break down, he might be at his best.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are wondering about, okay, the fit with Sean Payton, and that's his style. It does feel like Sean Payton wants that style of quarterback a little bit more than people realize. You bring in Taysom. You bring in Tommy Stevens last year, right? You trade up in the draft. Now he's not on the team anymore, but you trade up because he's just athletic quarterback. Now you go get
good
Book.
Riddance, Drew. Ready to change this offense.
Well, right? So now you go get a guy like this, and to me that kind of points to this is a path that Sean, he's intrigued by. Getting a quarterback that can make the play on the move. He gets outside the pocket, or things break down. He can roll out. He can throw it from different arm angles to try to complete the pass.
Yeah, I was a little confused at the pick. I never thought Ian Book was that great of a quarterback at Notre Dame. He had moments, he had flashes where it's like, oh yeah, this guy's a player, but he always seemed like a really solid, athletic, good college quarterback to me. Now, what round did they take?
4th.
The 4th. So, you look at it, if you think he can become a Taysom Hill role, maybe Sean's sitting back and saying, all right, look, we did Taysom at starter, probably not the most dynamic starting quarterback week in, week out, but in his role, he makes us so dangerous because that Taysom role when he was playing and just doing what he did while Drew was starting, it was incredible to watch. I've never seen defenses in the NFL, the greatest athletes in the world, be on their heels so much when Taysom runs downhill. It's pretty impressive to watch. And the things that they were able to do. So maybe he just likes that role. Maybe he sees him in this role. Taysom's no spring chicken anymore, right?
Right. He obviously came to the NFL older, going on 2-year mission.
But if you think, it's a 4th round pick. If you think that he can help that role, stay in, take over that role, then heck yeah, it's worth the 4th round pick. But I don't think you're picking him to be the franchise quarterback by any means. Maybe he is, but I don't see it. I think they're in love with that role.
There's too many signs that point to them wanting someone in that role. Just what they've done over the last 2 drafts, what they've done with Taysom Hill. You can tell that's something that's a point of emphasis for their
but
staff.
Can Ian Book get that swole, get that strong?
All right,
Taysom's a man.
Speaking of quarterbacks that have gotten,
not everyone can do it like me.
That is definitely wasn't talking about you. That have gotten swole and moving positions to try to make it in the NFL. We'll talk about a guy that Flynn's very familiar with trying to do that when we come back here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to GEAUXroof.com. 927-8300 is the number to call. I just spelled it out for you, but GoRoof.com. GEAUX is the number.
Well, that's not a number, is it? That's a website. Is the website to go to. Look, when you call Go Roof, first off, you're going to get an idea of what it's like to work with them and deal with them, and you're going to really enjoy that process. But more so than that, you're going to get that free professional estimate. If you think you have a roofing problem, call them. They come out there. They look at your situation for free, so you make a fully informed decision about, okay, what do I want to do next? They're, of course, licensed, bond, insured, and they offer a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. So they stand by their work before, during, and after the process. And you'll find that when you work with Go Roof, you get a beautiful new roof every single time. So what are you waiting for? GoRoof.com, 927-8300. When they answer the phone, hit them with the roof stop.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford is open for business, and we want to earn your business. Stop in and see our selection of the latest Ford cars and trucks, as well as a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, with prices starting as low as $5,000. Bayou Ford will get you the transparent information you're looking for, and when you're ready to purchase your new vehicle, provide the professional service you deserve. Located off I-10 on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana Products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana Barbecue Sauce, Louisiana Molasses Mustard, Spicy and Sweet Barbecue Rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At Front to Back, they got not one, but 2 NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Have you been issued a ticket for texting, speeding, or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225.
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, back here on OTB. Matt Flynn sitting in for the vacationing T-Bob A-Bear.
Where's he at? Where'd he go?
Cabo.
Cabo, huh?
Yeah, and took the whole crew. I'll give him credit.
Good for him.
He took the whole crew, kiddos included.
We're trying to figure out. We're going to do a little 2 or 3 day vacation here pretty soon. We haven't really done one in a while.
2 or 3 days? Is that really?
Well, we were thinking about
like
Memorial Day.
It's like a getaway.
Like, yeah, we don't really like going down to the beach for Memorial Day or like the 4th because it's so crowded.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, eh. So we're trying to figure out somewhere else. Like, do we drive? Do we get like a?
There's a great water park in Shreveport.
There is a really good one.
Really good.
My hope, like, I really want to rent an RV and do a trip that way. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, rent an RV for a 3-day trip. That sounds like a bad plan.
Why?
For 3 days?
Okay, 4. How about 4?
Okay, at least make it a week. 5.
5? No, that's too long.
All right, well, if
people
that's too
gotta work,
long,
man.
you're
Some people
definitely
gotta work.
not going to like me at the end of the month. All right, I teased talking about a player trying to make a comeback to the NFL, and you probably know who I'm talking about. And according to Jags executive Tony Khan, whose father owns the team, Urban Meyer really believes Tim Tebow can help the Jaguars as a tight end.
Is that the
Oh, look here, Danny already knew.
Is that the baseball player for the Mets?
It was. He retired from baseball.
Did he? Just recently?
He did. All right, so here's my thought on it, and I'd love to get your thought. Tim is a friend. I like Tim. Tim is one of the hardest working people that you'll meet. Tim tried baseball. It didn't work out. Well, I mean, I don't want to say it didn't work out. He played for a while.
Made
and
it
actually
further than most.
He did, and he held his own somewhat in Double-A. Well, you know, batted .220. Like, for not playing baseball since high school.
Did some dingers, though.
I say it's holding your own. I'm never going to crush someone like Tim Tebow for trying until they absolutely have nothing left. If he wants to play in the NFL and he's finally okay with switching positions, best of luck to Tim. He was reluctant to change positions. I think he would have had a long NFL career if from day one he said, I'll be Taysom Hill. I'll do that. I'll play a little bit of quarterback, not a lot, but I'll be your PP. I'll be your H-back. I'll do whatever you ask me to do. I think he plays for a decade. Okay, now he's 33 years old. We know he's still in fantastic shape, and I'm not going to hate on him for doing that. But I do think to assume that never playing tight end H-back and you're just going to do it and be able to make a 53-man roster, I think that's much more difficult than people, even Jaguars executives, Urban Meyer, everybody involved. It's pretty disrespectful to all H-backs and tight ends. Like, oh, this guy who hadn't played football in a while, he's only been a quarterback, he's going to come in, he's going to do it.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, how disrespectful, like in that aspect, was it to baseball players when he went to the when he just got Double-A? But this is interesting to me. Obviously, they have the history with Urban Meyer. Nah, it's not gonna work out. I hope it does. I got nothing against it. I respect it. I respect like wanting to always challenge.
Yeah.
I'm all about always setting like lofty goals and expectations for yourselves and really attempting. And I mean, I'm sure he's got a lot of juice left in the tank because he didn't take a beating for very long in the NFL.
Right.
I'm sure his body still feels great.
Yeah.
I'm sure he physically can do it. But can he learn a position and learn a new position that fast? Now, the only way that I see it working out is if, because of that relationship with Urban Meyer, they just give him this long leash to learn. Like, I know practice squad rules have changed a lot, so is that a potential for him to be practice squad for 3 years just because of his relationship, and they just keep him on the practice squad and let him learn? Right. Can he do it? Is he physically more gifted than a lot of people playing that position? Yeah. He is.
Yeah, and when you start talking about a Taysom role, him and Taysom aren't built the same.
No, they're not.
If he's playing tight end, they're going to ask him to do a lot. They're going to ask him to block some outside 3-4 linebackers on stretch and to cut off the backside on a zone when you've got a 5 technique coming down the line. Like, if you're playing the position that he's going to play, you better get ready for some collisions. And I don't look. Tim, what's Tim? 240? I mean,
yeah, probably.
I think he's physically gifted enough to do it. But if you've never done that before, and you got to pass protect too. Like those are going to be challenges where I think he does need to spend a year on the practice squad and just learning how to do it.
There's going to be some guys trying to crack him too.
Just bull rush right down the middle.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
It's just like probably in baseball, there were some pitchers that tried extra hard to strike him out just because they wanted to strike out Tim Tebow or they wanted to hit him with a pitch or whatever it was. I mean, there's going to be some, and that's going to wear off. I mean, that's going to be like a novelty act for a little bit. But I just think it's really hard to learn a position like that, especially, I mean, Tim, you're getting kind of old, buddy. Now, I don't think it'll work. I'm intrigued by it, but unless it is some sort of, you know, with the Mets, I mean, let's call it what it was, jersey sales. I mean, it was to put butts in the stands, right? Now, he ended up being okay and like hit some home runs and had some highlights and things like that. But it originally started. It's just like when, you know, like when Russell Wilson goes with, is it with the Rangers or who is it with in the spring?
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking some pictures
Garth
and doing.
Brooks played for the Padres.
Yeah, Will Ferrell played for a bunch
like
of people.
7 teams.
Yeah, exactly. Unless this is that for the Jacksonville Jaguars, which maybe it is. I don't know. Unless they just give him some long leash. Urban just says, like, I'm giving you, just because you're special, just because we did this in Florida, you have a long leash. Maybe he's already said that to him.
It does have a little feel of Steve Spurrier when he was the head coach of Washington, bringing in Danny Warfel. It has a little feel like this was my college quarterback. We were very successful together. I know he hasn't done anything in the NFL. Of course, the Saints drafted Danny, but I know what Danny does well. We're going to bring him in. It's not the quarterback position that Tim's going to be playing, but it does feel like it's almost like a comfort zone, like a security blanket. Like, I'm going to go get Danny Warfel because I know what he can do. Urban Meyer, look, the best college player I've had probably is Tim Tebow. I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to give him this opportunity. It has a little feel of that. And again, I truly hope that Tim makes it and he's on the 53-man roster and he plays tight end and does everything, because I think Tim does a lot of the things off the field the right way. But
I wish him the best.
I wish him the best.
I'm just saying, I think
just,
we're both saying, don't think, if we had to predict.
Right.
We're putting a $5 bill on this right now.
Yeah, I respect what H-backs, tight ends, fullbacks, what they have to do in the NFL. I know who he's going to be blocking. I know that it takes years of technique to be able to do that, and hand placement and where you put your head on a zone cutoff to make sure that the defensive end doesn't crash it down and spill the run, all those type of things. You don't learn that in 3 months. So there's going to be an uphill battle. I know he's up for it. Best of luck.
I guess the argument is that Taysom did learn it, right? I mean, if that's the role. Do you think Tim's going to be in a 3-point stance on goal line?
But if you go and you look at what Taysom does, they put him on the move a lot. They don't ask him to do a lot of blocking, and I think he learned a lot of that in special teams. Like, I think that
it's fair.
He came to terms with it, and he learned on teams.
Special teams in the NFL.
And I think Taysom's more athletic than Tim as far as straight line speed.
He does seem like he's got a little bit more quick twitch. Than, that wasn't a joke. That was
No. Emil said only a matter of time until Tim Tebow fights Jake Paul on pay-per-view. That made me laugh.
I'd pay a lot of money to see that.
All right, let's go around the room. Will Tim Tebow be on the 53-man roster whenever training camp breaks with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Mario?
There's no way. I agree with you.
Okay.
That's way too much to learn in that short of a time.
Okay. Danny?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Urban Meyer loves him too much.
He does love him. Matt?
No.
I think he starts on the practice squad.
How many years is he on practice? I don't know what the rules are anymore.
He didn't get vested. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't get vested in Denver. And if you don't get vested, you're still eligible for the practice squad. Even if you played 3 years, you could still come back and be on the practice squad. It's that 4th year.
I think
in the old rules. I don't know if the new CBA changed that.
Because it used to, you could only do practice squad for like 2 or 3 years. I want to say something. It was something strange. Like Jared Valdir, he signed with the Packers practice squad or something. He was left tackle when I was in Oakland.
I think that was a COVID rule.
Okay.
I think
that's
actually going away. Yeah, he was.
But I know that the rules are a lot different, though.
Yeah, Des Bryant was on the practice squad this year for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was for a COVID year. I think
Are
they're
you
going
sure?
back to normal.
Why would they change practice squad rules?
Someone who,
That doesn't make any
again,
sense.
is smarter than the two dopes sitting up here. Maybe you can do some research during the break, and we'll have that answer for you. How about
In
that?
Baltimore?
Des Bryant, yes.
Des Bryant?
Yeah, who definitely caught that ball against y'all in the playoffs. 1,000%.
How are the beaches in Maryland?
No, don't try to change the subject. He caught that football.
Oh, no, he didn't catch that ball. Are you kidding me? That was a clear drop.
When
Incomplete.
When we come back, Danny, who's fantastic at pulling videos, will pull that video, and that will be our poll question of the day, brought to you by Citizens Bank. Did Des Bryant catch that football? Because he did when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, go to AdvantaClean.com. We always tell you if there is an emergency, 24/7 emergency response with AdvantaClean. If you walk in and you've got water all over the place, if you've got mold, obviously you want to keep your family safe, this is the first call. Don't call the insurance company first. Call AdvantaClean because they're going to fix the doomsday problem that you have that scares us all, right? They're going to make you feel so much better about the situation. Also, get a plan in place if you're a business owner, right? If you're Matt Flynn and you've got businesses all over the place, have that plan in place. So if you have a situation happen at your factory, they know your space. They know exactly what they have to do to get you back up and running. Because I always tell you, we know that businesses went through a ton during the pandemic, right? A lot of lost revenue. Don't allow this to be lost revenue. They're going to have you back and open as soon as possible. Also, you can get your business sanitized as well. Check them out online, AdvantaClean.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. Start getting you ready for LSU's trip to Auburn for a 3-game set on the Plains, and it's a Whiskey Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, back here on Off the Bench.
Still miss bumper music really bad.
I think the last one was, if I'm not
this one's
mistaken,
pretty good. They reminded
the last
me
one
of
was
the
Ray
good old
Charles.
days.
I don't know if it was definitely Ray Charles. I don't know if that's free, but it's in the music bed. That was Ray Charles. That one, I don't know who that was. I'm talking about the one 2 breaks ago.
Yeah, but
I
still miss it, though.
We've actually had a conversation about that, and I think we found a loophole.
Bring him back.
And there's a good chance that next week you could start to hear some of the stuff that you used to hear.
So what?
You've got to be.
Who do we need to talk to?
Well, you've got to be extremely smart when you do it.
Okay. Well,
and,
check.
Well, the guys on the other glass, they did go to Brother Martin.
Okay.
You have to.
Is that good?
Make sure that when you post, like if we, have a coach on, it's a great interview, and we post it, like you can't, like it's not good to have it in that one, but just a live show, I think we can get away with some of it. Does that answer your question?
I mean, not really. You're a little bit.
Well, I don't want to get
cryptic.
I don't know who's listening. I mean, every time you say like anything, like your show gets flagged. So
The FCC.
well, not that's the radio part of it. It's not the radio people I'm worried about. It's the YouTube gods.
So YouTube doesn't want us playing music?
Yeah, obviously.
You can find anything.
CST's okay
you can
with
find
it.
any song on YouTube.
But it doesn't matter. If you're playing it and you're monetized, it's a whole situation. We'll
I
have that
am not-
conversation.
what if I play it? I'm not monetized.
But you're still a part of the off the bench monetization. All right. Anyways, we're going
I
to
am?
do something.
I
Yes,
need-
you are.
need an
We're
agent.
here going to do Would You Rather Wednesday. You have an agent. What are you talking about?
Hey, y'all are monetizing my time here. I need to get some kickbacks.
Okay, which would you rather be?
You do, Oshner.
What superpower would you rather have?
The question is, would you rather date the blind or
Freak
the
my
deaf?
eye.
Would you rather drown or be burned alive?
Would you rather be overpaid or underrated?
Rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Let's go.
Would you rather have fast typing texting speed or be able to read ridiculously fast? Ridiculously fast.
Well, the first one, like, would you be able to type fast?
Yeah.
Oh,
Would you
no,
rather be able to
read.
type and text fast or be able to read fast?
Read, for sure, 1,000%. I'd be so smart.
Yeah, read. I
so
mean,
much smarter, excuse me.
This one's pretty easy.
This one's pretty easy.
Consuming information is good, yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can comprehend what you read, though. That's not saying that.
See, you're looking a little deep into
reading
that.
comprehension is a thing.
Yeah, definitely fast reading.
Yeah, fast reading for sure.
That was the worst part of the ACT. The
Oh gosh,
reading.
oof.
I hated that section.
Yeah, I will say reading comprehension was like always one of my least. It was one of my weakest things I did in schooling. Really bad.
Would you rather swap lives with a movie character of your choosing for 1 calendar year or stay the way you are?
I'm going to stay the way I am.
No, you're right.
Swap lives for sure.
Yeah, who am I swapping with is the question.
Yeah, that's a good Top Gun, so I can play all that
Beach volleyball
with my
jeans.
jeans. Maybe.
You're going to inherit all the problems that movie character gets.
Yeah,
There's going to be some type of conflict.
I get it.
Something.
Like if you're John Rambo, you got PTSD and you've got some issues. If you're Rocky, you're getting beat up all the time.
Yep. But I guess you could always choose like a sub character that doesn't have have all the back issues, doesn't have the backstory, doesn't carry the baggage. We'll have to think of like you can't. This isn't a top of the head type situation. That's a whole segment on this one.
No, because I mean, even if like Wolf of Wall Street, if you're Leo, like you're having some fun, but you got some issues.
But it's only 1 year, so you could just do the fun year.
That's true.
Yep, and avoid.
You
all
can do
the,
it before he has the "I'm not leaving" speech.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or you stop at that speech.
Yeah,
it's a high point of the movie.
It is. You stop it right there.
Right there.
Credits.
Bingo. I'm not leaving. Done. Year.
Got
back
you.
to Jacob.
Yep, I'm with you, Mario. Boring. Would you rather lose your sense of smell or sense of taste?
Definitely sense of smell, man. There's way too much good food in the world.
But would it taste the same without your sense of smell?
Exactly.
I think so. I mean, right? You got.
They always
one.
say if you hold your nose and you eat something, you can't really taste it. The old wives' tale.
People that have had COVID and have had the symptoms can attest to this.
I guess that brings up the question: is losing your sense of smell and eating have the same effect as holding your breath and eating? Because you're not be holding your breath, you just can't smell.
It's way too much science on this show.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love things are delicious. I don't care about smelling.
Would you rather get $2 million, but everyone is able to read your mind, or eat free at Sliders for a year? So small Sliders for a year for free, or $2 million, but everyone can read your mind.
Like no matter where you are.
No matter where you're
At least we're not like taking money to kill somebody this week.
That's true.
We've had 2 straight weeks of killing people.
Is $2 million enough for security when people can read your thoughts?
Nope. Give me the smalls. I do not want people inside my brain.
Yeah, I mean the way the question reads, anybody in the world can just like log into my brain.
Yeah.
Still probably taking the money though.
Yeah.
I can think clearly.
I'm taking the $2 million.
I agree.
I mean, no one's going to be so judgy that they take what, like, I feel like sometimes I got a pretty happy brain, you know, dreaming cartoons every now and then.
There's some conversations I bet you have, then you're like,
yeah, but who's going to be so judgy that they're just going to like.
People are real judgy. Yeah. Would you rather
People suck sometimes.
be Batman or Superman? Superman. He's got the powers.
That's a good one, though. You got the brains that Batman does.
Batman's got the money.
Yeah, you got the funds.
Superman can just go break into any bank he wants and take the money.
Didn't they fight? Didn't they fight in a movie? Was there a resolution to that?
I think it was. Batman versus Superman. Yep.
Yeah, Batman ended up winning.
There's a whole movie on it.
So Superman won.
Wait.
No, Batman won.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer.
Yeah.
Batman won. They didn't like become friends at the end.
Yeah, at the end, but
Okay.
basically he won. He
won?
He let him live.
How did he win that battle?
He got a kryptonite spear.
Spoilers.
Smart.
Yeah, brains are very valuable, man.
Would
I haven't answered the question yet.
Okay,
but
go
I
ahead.
would be Batman because he's pretty cool. Got a
Okay,
sweet outfit.
I'm going Superman.
He's got the car.
Would you rather be a lion and live like a king in the wild, or be a pet dog and get belly rubs?
Pet dog.
Pet dog. Belly rubs.
Yeah, based on my dog's
Somebody's
face.
putting food in my bowl. I don't have to go hunt it. I get to live indoors most
Yeah.
likely.
Have you ever seen those documentaries? Like those lions, their life sucks. They like, if they can't during the drought season, when it's not the rainy season, they're just like walking for miles, just starving to death. They get lucky and get a gazelle every now and then, or they find a leg from a dead elephant somewhere. But most of the time it sucks. This isn't the Lion King here. They're not living on what's the rock? What's the name of that big rock in Lion King?
The big one.
The big one. Big rock. Simba's rock.
I think it's Pride Rock.
Pride
Yeah,
Rock.
it is.
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth is definitely it's not the answer we're looking for.
Give me those belly rubs.
All right. Would you rather stay in a room full of snakes for an hour or in a room full of spiders for an hour? Well, as a snake bite survivor here myself, I am going to go with. I'll stay with the snakes. I feel like if you left them alone, they wouldn't do anything to you. You'd sit still. You'd have to be just completely still for an hour.
Yeah.
The spiders, I don't know. I don't know spiders. I can't trust a spider.
Yeah, I can't
they lay
trust a
eggs and everything. No, I'm out.
As a spider bite survivor, I'm definitely choosing snakes because, like spiders, you don't even know they're there. Okay, think about this: the average person swallows 15 spiders in their sleep in their lifetime.
Where did that stat come from?
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody. But at least you can see a snake.
I want to know where that stat came from, and I'm definitely
Look it up.
picking spiders in this situation. Snakes just slimy, scary.
Yeah, but if you don't
both
bother
creepy.
them,
Yeah.
like spiders laying eggs and every.
You ever seen arachnophobia?
Yeah.
Kidding me?
That's way before their
I think
time.
being around some snakes will like automatically trigger their defensive.
You think so?
Yeah,
Like the pheromones.
Dude, did you not watch Fear Factor? If you just lay there, they don't.
Every
mess with
snake's
you.
different though. There's like rattlesnakes.
We didn't
there's-
say what kind of snake.
I'm assuming by
You're
the question,
assuming
it's
the
all
worst. It
kinds
could
of
be a
snakes.
garden snake.
Oh, I mean,
Could be.
I get, but if let's switch this question up. If you're falling in a pit of like rattlesnakes, like black mambas, like the deadliest of snakes, and then or you're falling into a room of like black widows and brown recluses.
Yeah.
I'll take the spiders then because I got a better shot at killing all of them than I do the snakes.
Yeah, snakes just pose a much bigger threat.
Yeah. Now, yeah, they do, but if we're talking about the worst of the worst versus the worst of the worst. Now, if it's just like a generic pit of snakes, like they're gonna crawl on you, but you're not in threat of dying, I'm taking a spider. No, what'd I say? Snakes.
All right. Whew. Would you rather time travel 100 years into the past or 100 years into the future?
Future. Get that
Yeah,
almanac,
because
sports
if you're-
almanac.
Well, that would be the past.
But that, you got to come back. You go to the future, then you come back, right?
Yeah.
Then you have all the sports bets for the next 100 years.
Well, either way, you could have sports. Like, I guess you could.
Nope.
Like in the past, you could.
Oh, okay.
You could bet in the
yeah,
past.
but I don't want to go 100. I don't want to live. I just want to visit and come back. So I'm visiting
Yeah,
100 years
I
in
mean,
the future.
we're getting around the Great Depression time. If we go 100 years back, like it's about to kick up, and don't want to go through that.
Yeah, but I guess if you go 100 years forward,
depends on how long you're
like,
there, obviously.
Could be robots running the world.
Could be the Jetsons.
Are y'all
We might-
kidding me, man? I'm going in the past and writing every hit song in that period from Rolling Stones to Cardi B.
Oh, so it's like
So
the
you're going to
Beatles.
stay.
It's like the Beatles movie where he wakes up and nobody knows who the Beatles are, and he just has all these.
So
hit
you're like
songs.
you're like Lou from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
He creates like Lugal.
Exactly
So
like Lou.
he's staying though. So you want to go back and just stay.
Possibly. Imagine how good your life is when you have all that knowledge of the
True.
future.
That's true.
Yeah, I was assuming the question meant stay in the future or stay in the past.
Yeah.
So I would choose.
Yeah, if we're staying, I'm going to the past.
We're staying and going to the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
'cause
we're just visiting,
I'm creating and bending like everything, and it might not be luxurious like it would be like right now, but I would live pretty damn good.
you go to the past,
then.
you kill Hitler first and foremost, right?
Yeah, before it gets started.
Dead.
Yeah.
Done.
You could do all those things.
Yeah.
Here we are killing people again. But that one I agree with.
It's got to come up at some point.
Okay.
Killing somebody.
All right, let's go see if we can get a couple more in here.
Butterfly effect, though. Like, what happens?
Terrible movie. Would you rather be able to rewind time by 1 minute once a week, 1 hour once a month, or 1 day once a year? Just give me 1 minute once a week. And if all my OG Saved by the Bell fans out there know what I'm talking about, when Zach just said timeout,
Timeout.
and he would get to talk trash or do whatever or have a conversation with the camera, that was like 1 minute for each show, which was once a week, and that seemed like enough.
Yeah.
Right?
It seemed like, yeah. I mean, he had to talk to us a little bit. You know, he talked all watching. I think I'd do probably an hour a month. I don't know why. It seems like the Goldilocks situation. That seems just right.
Okay, boys.
I think I'm going to say 1 day once a year. Everybody has a bad day. Maybe you can go back and...
Argument can be made for that.
I'm choosing 1 minute a week.
Yeah, just 1 minute a week. Just give me a timeout.
Yeah.
And you just go off. Like, how many times every single week are you like having a conversation or a moment, you just timeout and just let her rip?
Sure, you can do it for an hour once a month.
Yeah, but an hour's too long. Like, I don't want to vent for an hour.
That's a good point.
No, I can vent for a minute. I can go full 60 seconds. Basically turn into
I'll
like
take it.
Andrew Dice Clay for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
All right, that is Would You Rather Wednesday here on OTB. More of this to come with Matt Flynn. We got him for 13 more minutes. We'll be back.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, Central Plumbing is the place to go if you're having any plumbing issues. But remember, they can literally do it all. If you've got a shower issue, if you've got a toilet issue, if you've got a sink issue, they're going to be able to fix all of that. If you have a water heater, right, a tankless or an OG that's giving you problems, they can fix that as well. And they did it for me, and it was late at night. Of course, we're trying to get the kids ready for bed. We're trying to have bath time. We have no hot water. What do? Well, 24/7 emergency service over at Central Plumbing, 225-925-8552. They came out. They got there about 7 o'clock, and they had the issue fixed by 8 o'clock. And other companies were telling us that we needed to replace the entire tankless water heater. That was not the case. It was a small repair that had us back up and running. That's the kind of service that you're going to get over at Central Plumbing. Remember, bathroom remodels, they'll come out for a free consultation as well. They literally do it all. When I say that, I mean it over at Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
A certified pre-owned vehicle means that it's been certified by factory-trained technicians. It meets a stringent criteria of over 155-point inspection. We want to make sure that vehicle is mechanically sound and that we have a warranty to back it up. There's no mileage limitation. You can be assured that you're driving a vehicle, you got a good value, you'll get that special financing, those special incentives on certain models, and some of the other amenities that you get with a certified pre-owned vehicle.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service, HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At front to back, they got not one, but two NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what?
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo! All right, back here. One more segment with Matthew Flynn. Actually going to tag off with Cody Worsham. He's going to come sit in for the third hour. So we do appreciate you coming in.
No, this has been fun. Kind of like a little flashback. You know, I got to get my radio legs back under me a little bit, but
don't know what that means. I would say like radio
You're
voice,
a radio
maybe,
guy.
but the legs of the radio?
But
Nobody can even see
It's
our
a
legs.
saying, okay? It's pretty standard saying. So let me ask you a question. Are you Cinco de Mayo today.
Yes.
Pretty day famous for people drinking margaritas.
Yes.
Are you going to have one tonight, or are you going to save it for the weekend?
We will have one tonight.
Okay, so you're going to go to to Superior?
Probably. Superior's
go-
got fantastic, obviously. But it's going to be absolutely swamped, right?
Oh, for sure.
So probably going to be making the margaritas at home.
Yeah. So if you go to a restaurant, and you get a margarita, I'm sure you've dabbled in all sorts, but like, what's a go-to for you? Frozen or on the rocks, guy?
On the rocks.
On the rocks.
Like it's got a little bit more lead to it.
Yeah, it does. It kind of depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I like frozen, of course, when it's hot outside. But yeah, I think the best ones you can get, because usually if you get one on the rocks, you might be ordering a little top shelf guy, maybe a little floater on top.
Yeah.
You like the floater?
I don't need it.
Use salt on the rim, no salt, or like a half rim guy?
No salt.
No salt.
No salt.
Bold move.
Dude, just give me the juice. Like, just give me the goods. Let's not have a middleman here. Just go ahead and
a middleman.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm a big salt on the rim guy. Love it. I like salt, but so do you get snobby with your margaritas?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
no.
you can trash it up.
T-Bob does.
You can trash it up with like the best.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
A margarita, like I respect, like a really good one. Love a really good one, but I mean you could give me one from gas station if you, I don't care.
All right, so
It's
we
delicious.
got a little over a minute left. Observations from the 2 hours with Flynn today.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot more about Louisiana coastline.
Yep.
We learned that
Still questions to be answered though.
Matt Flynn is a horse owner.
Owned a
We
hoof
learned
once.
that he was willing to give us nothing when it comes to behind-the-scenes scoop on Aaron Rodgers.
It's
And I
just
know
all
you've talked to
speculation.
him. That's a lie. Des Bryant caught the ball.
Nope. We didn't even talk about that
I'm
incompletion.
well, see, because I'm a smart radio host, and I'm going to wait till you leave.
Hit the ground, buddy.
Where you have no rebuttal, and I'm going to be able to show the
What
video.
team advanced that day?
Doesn't mean it was the right call.
What team advanced?
Look, dude, if that's
the bobble.
if that's not a touchdown catch,
It wasn't.
our radio audience, I know you can't see it, but you know what play we're talking about.
Well, it wasn't. So anyway, go ahead. Move on. This is
So
radio.
we did learn that today.
Mm-hmm. I didn't learn much today. I learned about when we dove into the jeans on the beach.
Yeah, not a
Not
bad
a good
idea.
suggestion.
We heard from an expert, Russell Brock, the head beach volleyball coach at LSU. Not a great idea.
Hey, this was fun though. Can't wait to come back next week. I'll be here.
Yeah, you'll
Thanks for
get to
having
sit
me.
on the
I'm
the
glad
side you're
T-Bob was
used
gone
to.
today, so I could come for 2 hours. I was invited.
You were.
Thank you. All right, love you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you in hour number 3. Matt won't.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
To Ochsner.org today, Ochsner.org for all of your healthcare needs. Look, man, when you're talking about Ochsner, you're talking about the service that they offer are bountiful. And it doesn't matter if you're on the North Shore, you're in New Orleans, you're in Baton Rouge. Ochsner has facilities for you. Check out Ochsner Performance Training. If you're looking to get bigger, stronger, faster, junior high, high school, it doesn't really matter. They can help you accomplish those athletic goals with the latest and greatest in training techniques. And then also check out the new football academy that they have. Or if you just have any orthopedic needs, you got like wrist, elbow, shoulder, anything, let Ochsner be your guide to getting your health back and getting back to that quality of life that you had previously. Don't just accept that you have to have these nagging issues for all time. And don't just think that you automatically know what the solution is. Is it surgery? Potentially. Maybe it's not. They have the most cutting-edge non-surgical techniques and the best physical therapy facilities in the state. Go to Ochsner.org today. That's Ochsner.org.
Bayou Ford is open for business, and we want to earn your business. Stop in and see our selection of the latest Ford cars and trucks, as well as a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, with prices starting as low as $5,000. Bayou Ford will get you the transparent information you're looking for, and when you're ready to purchase your new vehicle, provide the professional service you deserve. Located off I-10 on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
Well, I've had back pain now and then, but it got so bad I couldn't even bend over. I didn't want to resort to pain pills, so I chose Peak, hoping they could relieve the pain. They got me active again. I even lost weight. I believe in better. I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
It's brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Wednesday, May 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 79. In case you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Coming up today on OTBOT, Todd Walker of the SEC Network joins the show at 9:30, and Cody Worsham sits in to co-host. You can follow today's show on Twitter and Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Watch us live on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel, and check us out on Cox Sports Television. OTBOT starts now.
Let me go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Tebow Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and Tebow. Yo.
All right, welcome in. Hour number 3, OTBOT. We traded in Matt Flynn for Cody Worsham. Didn't even have to give a player to be named later. Cody, good to see you again.
Feels like an unbalanced trade, but I'm happy to be here.
And you kind of broke down the awkward handshake you had with Flynn as you came in. And just to let you know, as I told you off the air, that's not going anywhere. The awkward fist bump, handshake because of COVID, I feel like that is here to stay for a very long time, so don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, so, I don't know Flynn very well. I mean, obviously I know who Matt Flynn is. We all do. But I've maybe met, it's actually kind of crazy. I think we've talked about this too, how like few time or little time I've spent around him. Just you would think it would happen more, but it just hasn't. So I saw him in the hallway, and he's taller than I expected, and my brain's moving a little slow this morning. Had a rough night with the 3-year-old, so I stuck out the fist. He stuck out the open hand. I think it was probably at least a 45-second interaction where both of us just refused to budge. It was a paper, rock, scissors situation. Yes. If I were him and I had gone handshake and he had gone fist, I would have done paper, covers, rock, which is my go-to move. But neither of us budged for a while, and eventually he went with the fist, and I think I made some dumb comment like, guess we're doing fists now. Like, the dumb thing that you say. It was awkward, but you got to embrace those moments. You got to lean into them. Like you said, it won't be the last time that the fist handshake interaction is uncomfortable because of COVID. Just one of the many things that COVID has done to our society.
You're right about that, and I'm going to start you off and see how much of the show you've listened to. Do you know why we don't have beaches here in Louisiana?
I haven't listened to much of the show. I did hear at the end of the last segment you were talking about the things you'd learned about the Louisiana coastline. I really don't know. I could try to come up with an answer. I just don't know.
Apparently, it's because of the Mississippi River.
Makes sense. Washes everything away. Makes it kind of muddy. Explains a lot. I just assumed it was because I just assumed it was, God being like, we're gonna stop it right here. We're just gonna draw the line right here, somewhere in East Mississippi, West Alabama.
Yeah, y'all can't have nice things here at the coast of Louisiana. You can't have the beaches. It's more of a sportsman's paradise. So the fishing's going to be good. The duck hunting's going to be good. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I think the scientific explanation.
You're a big duck hunter.
I actually grew up duck hunting a ton.
Did you?
Yeah, my dad is a big duck hunter.
How did we miss this?
My dad's a big duck hunter, so I grew up in. We'd go into Falgout Canal Landing there in Ontario and mosey on down. He's still got a camp down there. Since I've had kids, I have not been back. So obviously, I'm not still an avid duck hunter. And the complication was being a basketball player, finding time to get away during basketball season. But I mean, there's I know how to shoot a shotgun and I've been known to put down a duck or two in my day.
I'm very proud of you for that. Did not know that fun fact about you, but I do also agree.
Do I not exude sportsman, outdoorsman?
No.
I got camo. I got plenty of camo.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing though with like deer hunting. Like that's what I did growing up. But football is like, okay, you're going to be the same seasons, and when you have your bye week, you're like, I'm going to go hunting. You always have plans, and then when it gets there, you're like, I'm not doing.
I'm
anything.
chill.
Yeah.
I'm a chill. I'm a sleep in rather than get up at the butt crack of dawn and
maybe
go shoot at Bambi.
Maybe see a deer.
Yeah, the duck hunting has been reserved now to Thanksgiving week when it opens, and we're at a location for Thanksgiving, and we go out and shoot some wood ducks. Maybe that's been where it's been limited to recently, and even then, now that I'm with kids, I'm like, I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna go let the other guys that have older kids do that. I'm asleep.
All right. So earlier today, we did talk with Russell Brock, the head LSU beach volleyball coach, and a couple of things that we learned is he agrees you can't play beach volleyball in jeans like they did in Top Gun. It's just a bad idea. We also learned that the coach of the opposing team that they're playing in the first round is named John Mayer. We didn't.
What?
I didn't ask him another question about that.
Oil the Marymount?
Yes, I totally.
John Mayer.
John Mayer is the beach volleyball coach. Did not know.
I'm gonna make so many jokes on Twitter.
So, I know you're actually going to be in Gulf Shores.
I will be.
And you were going to try to weasel your way.
Yes.
Even though it's only friends and family.
So I have an update on that storyline. I got a text yesterday from a source that said they might be. I don't want to make any announcements here. I just heard.
I've got news, but I don't want to make any announcements.
So this is not Cody, LSU spokesman. This is Cody going to be at the beach, fan of LSU beach volleyball. I heard a little rumor that there might be some tickets available. They may open up some tickets for sale, and I will pounce on those. Like I will be there. But the condo we're staying at apparently is shout out to Scott. It's Scott Burns and his family.
Yeah.
Scott shot me a text after I was on the other day and said that
Charlie Ball legend.
Yes, and oh man, there's a story there, but I don't want to go there yet. He shot me a text that his family was very upset that I didn't acknowledge that that's where we'll be staying. So that's where we will be staying, and it's like 100 yards down from the hangout. So there's a good chance that, ticket or not, your boy's getting in the ocean. He's paddling over, and he's the old hangout fest sneak in maneuver. That's the primary plan, but the backup plan is if I got to fork over some money for some tickets that become available, I'll be there.
And LSU is the 4th overall seed, and we did talk about it before we move on from beach volleyball. It is crazy. Their only losses came to the top 3 teams, and they were very small margins, so they have a chance. And last year was a team that really, really good. And it's upsetting that season got canceled.
Yep.
But now they have the opportunity, and they literally have the most successful person in college beach volleyball history in Kristen Nunn. So they have a chance. They have an opportunity.
They do.
I know it hasn't gone well against the top 3 teams, but once you get in the NCAAs, you never know.
So I talked with Russell about this on Plug Alert Tigers Win podcast.
The one that apparently was, a little bit different than the one T-Bob and I did.
Slightly different.
Yeah.
And then I also talked to Kristen about it too, who will be on tomorrow's episode. And there's an interesting like psychological element to this because obviously LSU has a lot of it's a relatively upstart program. I think 2016 was the first year they played. Russell's been there since the beginning, and their recruiting philosophy has shifted. Now that they're nationally ranked, they can go all over the country. But early, they got a lot of players locally or players who were later to beach volleyball. These West Coast athletes grew up in the sand. Like, they've been playing beach their whole life. And so it's a different approach to where they've seen and done everything in beach volleyball since they were little. So it's almost intuitive, and there's like an inherent confidence that comes with that. Whereas a lot of these later arrivals to the sport have to develop that over time. And so that's really the last edge, the last hurdle that this team has to get over is to understand that they are just as good and talented and capable as the West Coasters. And look, Kristen Nuss, I don't know if her and Taryn have dropped a set all year. They certainly haven't lost a match all year. So you're not guaranteed to win on court one, but you're in really good shape there.
Right.
And so it's just the rest of those courts having that confidence, and it's the margins are so thin. I mean, you think about volleyball, really every point is a 2-point swing. It's one for them or one for us. And so the margins are so thin. I do think warmer weather, the sand conditions, that is something, the wind conditions.
Yeah, we asked about like home court advantage and knowing the space. You've been in that tournament before.
Yes.
And because I didn't know the answer. I said in football, obviously, like you feel better if you know the stadium and you know the grass. Like, Mississippi State has different grass than they do at Ole Miss. All those type of things, and he agreed.
That all plays into the factor. So, and LSU is a team that I think moves pretty well across. If you've ever been over to the beach volleyball stadium at LSU, their sand is like literally the best sand in the world. Like, you couldn't ask for better sand. And then they go play other places where the sand isn't as good, or it's thicker, or it's not as deep, or whatever. And so maybe the conditions here are a little bit more in their favor, and they can make a little run. Because when 2018, 2019, when they won their first ever match at beach volleyball, I remember watching it on TV. We had like a little watch party going on up in Ad. It was exciting. It was exciting to see them making those runs, and they actually got a 2-0 lead on USC early, and then USC came back and knocked them out. But it's a really fun sport, both televised because it's constant action. Everyone's playing at the same time, so it's bouncing back and forth between action. And then obviously to be there, you're on the beach and beautiful weather and all that stuff, so you can't beat that.
I am all in favor of a sport that has their championships in Gulf Shores. Speaking of the home court, like that is like a great setup, and I agree with what you said about having to get over that hurdle. And we asked Coach about this. Like, all the teams outside of TCU and LSU are from the coast, from Florida or from California, right? And there's something to that. And you're right about now you can recruit nationally. You're a blue blood, like you are. Now in beach volleyball, you're one of the teams that people point to. And so now that's something where you can get over that, and this would be huge for them to make a deep run and to win this tournament, because that takes you to an even bigger level than what you've been at.
Can I brag on Kristen Nuss for a second?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Kristen Nuss, as you mentioned, the winningest player in collegiate beach volleyball history. She is like a combination of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to that sport. She's a Joe Burrow level competitor. There's this incredible point earlier in the season where they're playing UCLA on court one, and it's the last point of the match, and she goes and she tells the story on the podcast that comes out tomorrow, but she could kind of feel her body failing her. Like she could feel like, man, I got nothing left in the tank. And so she started managing her body for the rest of the points. And the last point of the match, there's a joust at the net, so it's a 50-50 ball.
Right.
And it's incredible to watch her because she's going up against 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and she's 5'5". I don't know, 5'5", 5'6". She's not tall. And she just explodes off the sand, meets 50-50 at the net, wins the point, and as soon as her hand hits the ball to win the point, you can just see her leg go out on her, cramp. And it just takes her whole leg, and she just lands on the sand and lays there. And it was like looking at Joe Burrow after the Texas A&M game, and just his body, he gave everything he had, and then as soon as it was done, he knew, and it kind of gave out on him. But the Jamar Chase comparison is that they've done some testing over there in the training room, Jack Marucci and that whole crew, and they do virtual reality testing on reaction time and reaction speed. And basically you stand in front of a monitor, and something appears on the monitor, and you're standing in like a taped box, And where it shows up on the monitor, you have to, in real life, react and go touch it. So it's like a little coin or like whatever. And so you go touch it. And her testing on that, and this was a couple years ago, from what I've gathered, I haven't confirmed this story yet, but we're going to just pretend it's true because it's urban myth at this point.
That's right.
She tested at a level that was unlike anybody else. The best comparison was Jamar Chase in terms of how quickly she can change direction, her mental processing time. It's that kind of athleticism, and they've tracked her power on the force plates that they have over there. Pound for pound, she is as explosive and versatile an athlete in any sport that LSU's had. So you take that athleticism, that Joe Burrow competitiveness, and that's how you get the winningest beach volleyball player in college history.
Yeah, and you have to be. I mean, you mentioned it, like size advantage. Obviously, she's at a disadvantage, but she's athletic enough to make up for it, to be able to meet the ball at the net, depending on who she's going against. And so, look, when you're as successful as she's been, and you're on the run like she's on, and you've won more than anybody ever in the sport that you're playing, you're pretty damn good.
The one thing that she needs to work on is that Joe Burrow cockiness. She's certainly confident, but I tried to get her to brag on herself in the interview, and she just wouldn't take it. I was like, look, that's the next step for you. You just and she was like, well, that's just not my style. And I was like, we're gonna work on that, okay? We're gonna work on that Joe Burrow kind of water bottle sip gift that we all know from the Texas A&M game. She's much more low key and kind of a lower demeanor than that, but.
Maybe we can teach a class. We can have a class.
I'm gonna bring a cigar with me to the beach, okay? And when they win the national championship, we're gonna light that bad boy up, and we're gonna recreate the picture. And see
if you don't do that, I am going to be highly upset. With
Already
you.
there.
All right, we'll take a break. Cody's been on the Kim Mulkey World Tour
yes,
over the last couple of days, so we'll catch up with that. See what Kim Mulkey's been up to, what the latest buzz in women's basketball, all that. We've got an LSU hour here with Cody Worsham. We'll be back on OTB OT.
OTB OT.
All right, in the first hour, we told you about All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, like we do every single day, about all the new vehicles they have over at the dealership. And if you're looking for the full-size, mid-size SUV, truck, minivan, sedan, it doesn't matter. Obviously, they've got something for everyone and multiple options. That's the best part about it. It's not just one option. It's multiple options. I know for me and my family, we have 3-4 options, and we honestly thought we were only going to have one when we went over to the dealership. Also, something that we tell you about every single day is you can rent a Toyota from All-Star Toyota. So if you've got a trip, Cody, my man's going to Gulf Shores. If he wanted to rent something a little bit bigger, he could do that. If he wanted to rent something smaller and get a sedan to go to the beach, he could do that as well. Save miles on your vehicle. Go ahead and rent it. It's a per-day rate, and it is much better than you're going to get at any rental services. We can promise you that. You can find all that with the new, the pre-owned, and the prices for renting a Toyota at allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy, step up your seltzer game.
Yo, Jacob Hester here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Center, the place that can be at your convenience during those inconvenient times. I know they've been that for me. I've got 4 boys, right? So sometimes stitches happen, and they have 6 convenient locations, one close to you to be able to be convenient for you. Remember, you can also check in online. PatientPlusUC.com is the website. That way you skip the line as well. Patient Plus Urgent Care Center, get in and get better.
A certified pre-owned vehicle means that it's been certified by factory-trained technicians. It meets a stringent criteria of over 155-point inspection. We want to make sure that vehicle is mechanically sound and that we have a warranty to back it up. There's no mileage limitation. You can be assured that you're driving a vehicle, you got a good value, you'll get that special financing, those special incentives on certain models, and some of the other amenities that you get with a certified pre-owned vehicle.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work.
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, welcome back in OTB OT here with Cody Worsham, sitting in with us for the second time this week, which we do appreciate the time as T-Bob's in Cabo. You know, somebody's got to work here.
I just appreciate getting T-Bob's paycheck this week. So
oh, absolutely, without question. You don't get paid if you don't work.
Love the extra dough.
Thank you. You've been doing a lot of extra. Speaking of that, lately, we know about all the different podcasts that you're doing over at LSU, and we know about all the things you do behind the scenes. But recently, obviously, bringing Kim Mulkey to the program, she's been a rock star. Like, she was a rock star at Baylor. She was a rock star when she played Louisiana Tech, and it is a big move for LSU. Women's hoops hadn't got this type of hype in 20 years, okay? And it's deserved. But you have been on the world tour. She's throwing out first pitches. She was at the Capitol yesterday. And it just seems like everyone is so fired up to have her in Baton Rouge.
They are. So I've hinted at this on podcasts, other places. It's been official now for a little while, but they've added some responsibility to my plate. And the title is Crisis and Strategic Communications, which, by the way, I've expressed my beef with this. I don't like crisis being the first one in there.
I wanted to say something, but I was like, that's his business.
What I've sneakily done on Twitter is just added strategic communications and left off the crisis part.
Okay.
But we'll address that later. But regardless, it's added some different responsibilities to my plate, which includes, handling some media stuff and messaging and all that kind of stuff. So I've got to spend a lot of time with Coach Mulkey, which is like a dream come true. In my house, we didn't grow up as fans of teams. Both my parents were coaches, so we grew up as fans of coaches.
Right.
And Coach Mulkey was at the very, very top of that list. My mom literally owns 2 copies of her book. My mom coached against her when my mom was a high school basketball coach. She coached against Hammond High, where the joke in our family is that year my mom's team was 29 and Mulkey because they were 29-2 and both losses were to Hammond High. Yeah. So that's been really cool just to get to know her, to be around her, to learn from her. And what's also been really cool has been to see the reaction of the public to her. And she has an incredible connection to this state. It's completely authentic, 100% authentic. When we were at the Capitol yesterday, at least 50 people came up to her and said, I had such and such class with you at Louisiana Tech, or my sister-in-law played against you, and she would just start naming names, and she'd be like, oh, and she does the Coach O thing. Where are you from? That's one of the first questions she asks. Where are you from? Where'd you go to high school? And so when people say that, then she starts playing the connect the dots game.
Right.
And it's, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Dubach. Oh, do you know the A-Bears in Dubach? Yeah, of course I know the A-Bear. And so it becomes that connection game, and instantly she's connected. And so it was really cool. I helped prepare some remarks for her. We talked about, what she might say when she was in front of the microphone yesterday. And of course she got up there and just got completely emotional and spoke from her heart about how good it is to be home. And she got done after. She's like, hey, I know we prepared these remarks. I just got up there and I looked around the room and I saw all these people that I knew. And the emotion just overcame me. So she's real. She's authentic. She's got the goods, as I like to say, in a number of ways. She's going to elevate the entire athletic department. She's elevated my work personally. She's going to do that with everyone she encounters. So also, bonus, everyone's giving her strawberries because she loves strawberries. I went home with a ton of strawberries.
Nice.
The best strawberries I've ever had in my life. They were Ponchatoula strawberries. They were, I think the strawberry, I don't remember who brought them, but somebody gave them to her, and they were like picked that morning, giant. Oh, man. Now I want some strawberries. Sorry I didn't bring any here.
Yeah, that's
I gave them to my wife last night.
My next question was that also, you picked Dubach, Louisiana. That's up in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, Dubach.
Population of 961, and also the dog trot capital of the world.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
One of her assistant coaches is from Dubach. And
it's up towards Ruston, so that's
and I didn't know where. I knew it was in North Louisiana. I didn't know about where it was, but that's kind of Homer. All those, basically anything north of Ruston. I actually have some family up there, but I'm not super familiar with. I mean, she can name them all. What parish they're in. I mean, she's all the high schools there, the people that she knew there. It's unbelievable.
Also home of the Louisiana Chicken Festival.
There you go.
Held in late September. So.
Are we talking live chickens?
You'll
or
probably
fried chickens.
Hopefully fried. You'll probably be a little busy.
That time of year.
You won't be able
we'll have some things
to make it up. But you know what though? We're joking about it. But Coach O, you mentioned he has that about him as well. Ask him where you're from in Louisiana, and they know every corner of Louisiana. Like Coach O, played in North Louisiana. He's from South Louisiana. Now he's in the capital city. And he finds a way to bond with you, just like Kim Mulkey does. And that goes a long way. Like, y'all know me, and I make an ass out of myself every day, 318-301 great. But look, it means something where you're from.
Yes.
Right? I mean, Mario, Danny, they're from New Orleans. Like, it means a lot for them to be from New Orleans. And if you can have that interaction and you can meet someone from who knows what. I mean, we picked out Dubach, Louisiana.
Yep.
You picked that out, and you say, oh, I know them. I know exactly what you're talking about. You have that connection, and it's authentic, and it's genuine. It happens organically. It's not forced. And all those things, you endear yourself to a community, and everybody in that community, what do? They get behind you.
Yes. That is, again, like I said at the start of the segment, my house grew up as fans of specific coaches, really. And so I did not bleed purple and gold. Did I want LSU to do well? Yes. When they were doing well, did I cheer for them? Yes. But I wasn't the diehard LSU gear in my closet, LSU posters on my wall.
Nobody's perfect. It's fine.
Yeah. But what I've come to, and then I worked in the media where you're supposed to be objective and removed from LSU. Now, I did spend my last few years of college at LSU, so I grew some affinity there. But since I've gone back to LSU, what I've grown to love about the place is that aspect, and then how it really is at its best something that brings people together. And I mean, you know this as well as anyone listening, and as I do. The last year has been about the physical separation between us all, and it's manifested itself to me in almost like a psychological or spiritual separation. It's been all the things that divide us. And so Coach Mulkey coming back has reminded me, and I hope it reminds everybody, of the power of this state and LSU to bring people together and to celebrate the things that do bring us together. Because Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night, you can be sitting next to somebody that you got nothing in common with. They could be from a different place than you, have a different education than you, different views on the world than you, different religion from you. But that night, you're on the same page and you're on the same team. And so that's what's special about LSU, especially when you start comparing it to other schools, even in the SEC, there ain't two schools in this state. Now, that's not to demean the other programs, one of which I played at, but LSU brings everyone together. When I was at Nichols, everyone there was a Nichols fan, but you saw LSU gear everywhere, right? And so when you grow up in Louisiana, this is your place. This is what bonds us together. And so being around Coach Mulkey, I've really seen that over the last couple of weeks, and I hope that's something we can really celebrate going into fall and as we not move on from this very difficult year, but move on, because you have to move on.
Move on, move forward.
Yeah. Hopefully that's something that we can all get back to, and I think it is, because I've felt it over the last couple of weeks, and it's been awesome.
I mean, you're exactly right, and it's always my recruiting pitch when I get a chance to, talk with the boys from the boot, and they bring former players back, and I let them know, like, look, there's other great universities in our state. I'm not saying there's not. But from Shreveport to Monroe, Monroe to Houma, Houma to Lake Charles, and everywhere in between, purple and gold is going to be the colors that you see everywhere.
Yep.
It's not that case in Texas. It's not the case in Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, North, South Carolina, Georgia. It's not that case.
Yep.
Here it is. And if you play for LSU and you're involved around LSU, within this boot, they're going to take care of you. And they're going to take care of you forever.
Yeah.
When you're done playing, they care about you.
Yeah, your hat is a very fitting emblem of that. So well placed there. But it's a one state thing, right? We're one state, and we're all back in the Tigers. So, and Coach Mulkey is the epitome of that. I mean, she gets it intuitively, and so it's almost the most natural unfolding that you could have. Even though she's never she never attended LSU,
right.
But she exudes it, and now she's part of the family, and she's come back home, and we're going to celebrate that and eat a lot of strawberries.
Exactly.
Are very yummy.
Hopefully you'll bring us some next time. All right.
I'm going to keep them for myself.
We're talking about a legend on the court. Now we're going to go to a legend on the diamond, and now in the broadcast booth. When we come back, Todd Walker of the SEC Network, and, of course, LSU baseball legend, joins us here on OTB OT.
OTB OT.
All right, AccuTempBR.com is the website. AccuTemp, service to the highest degree. And obviously, it's with your heating, with your cooling, whatever issue you might have, they're going to be able to fix it. But they do so much more. Your indoor air quality, which obviously, look, we talked about the pandemic and how important that is. There's many different ways, including your air scrubbers, which we tell you about all the time. Having your air ducts clean, that's something obviously they can do at AccuTemp. All of that, we're finding out how important that truly is. Electrical work. If you're wanting to install a new ceiling fan or a new light fixture to your bathroom, to your house, wherever it is, like, they can handle that as well. They do so many things, and they do everything great over there. That's why they're so highly rated. You can check it out. That's not just me saying it. Go to Google. Nobody is loved on Google. AccuTemp is with a 4.9 rating. AccuTempBR.com is the website. The number 225-534-8307. It's AccuTempBR.com.
We opened up the playbook and expanded our coverage. Listen daily in high definition on 98.1 HD2. We are 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
What if you could truly energize your body and mind from the most fundamental level? Your cells. Cellivate is a revolutionary, health-aware approach to energy, focus, and mood enhancement, packing everything you need to optimize your mind and body from the inside out. The unique formula combines top-notch cellular energizers, nootropics, herbal extracts, and powerful antioxidants, all in one sugar-free 12-ounce can. Elevate your cells. Cellivate.
Bayou Ford is open for business, and we want to earn your business. Stop in and see our selection of the latest Ford cars and trucks, as well as a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, with prices starting as low as $5,000. Bayou Ford will get you the transparent information you're looking for, and when you're ready to purchase your new vehicle, provide the professional service you deserve. Located off I-10 on Belterre Boulevard in LaPlace. If you need sales, service, or fleet, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. Start getting you ready for LSU's trip to Auburn for a 3-game set on the Plains, and it's a Whiskey Wednesday on Cinco de Mayo. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, welcome back in OTB OT here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Sitting in with Cody Worsham here, sitting in for T-Bob Abear, who's on vacation, as we mentioned. So excited to catch up and talk LSU with our next guest, Todd Walker of the SEC Network. Of course, LSU baseball legend joins us now to talk Tigers and SEC baseball. Todd, what's going on, man?
What's up, Jake? Seems like T-Bob's always on vacation, man.
Look, I mean, you can't hide money, Todd, and T-Bob shows me that by all the flexing he does with all these vacations.
There you go. Yeah. Well, you got to take them.
Yeah, that's what they say. I need to take that advice myself. Hey, speaking of, before we get to baseball, how's the tennis game going? Because I've heard rumors, and there's this lure around this guy named Todd Walker. Apparently, out there, East Ridge, the tennis game is getting to a pretty good level.
Yeah, well, we play at kind of both, but it's going well, except for my back, man. I got to go to the chiropractor to get on the tennis court, but it's cool because I put my pedometer on, and every time I run around and play singles, I've run 3 miles. So yeah. I'm not, like I told you before, I'm not going to get on the road like I used to, and like you and I, training all these years and having something to look forward to. I can't do that anymore, so I got to chase a little yellow ball around like a dog just to get my cardio going.
Hey, it's whatever you got to do, because I don't know if you're like me, but I think you are, Todd. The days of like going in there and grinding, lifting weights and all that, that's for the birds. I'm not doing that anymore. So I had to find something that I wanted to do as well. So I'm okay. Like chasing the yellow ball like a dog, that's okay, because there's no chance I'm lifting weights ever again.
Well, that's funny you say that, because I'm glad you said that. I'm 47 now, and so I'm starting to get to the point where I'm less motivated. But I got David Pollock's a friend of mine. He's grinding out the weight room every other day. I got these other former athletes that are saying, man, I'm still running marathons, and that makes me feel bad. So I'm like, man, maybe I should be doing something. But I'm glad you said that, man. We need to stick together, us non-motivated guys.
Hey, I mean, why? Why does Pollock have to get in the weight room anymore? I mean, hey, you don't have a game on Sunday. It's okay.
No,
it's all about the
getting
look
any
of
fights.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's training for MMA. I don't know.
I'll make the case for the weight room. I like the weight room. It's
Okay.
quiet. People leave you alone, and you can go really,
But
really slow.
what are you doing in that weight room, Cody?
I'm getting just a little, little basic. I wouldn't call it like Olympic style
Exactly,
lifting,
yeah.
but just the bench, the squat, the deadlift, just the basics.
Yeah, well, Todd,
I do like that. I've always said it's not what you do, it's how often you do it. The only way I'm going to stick with it is if I'm just doing nice little. I am doing this. I'm doing like 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups a day. I do that, and I do it in like 15 increments, so it's nice and easy, and I'll want to come back. But if I get up under a weight, try to push up 400 pounds, and it hurts, I'm not coming back the next day.
It's like the Mike Tyson. That's what he does. I mean, push-ups and sit-ups. And so there you go. Todd Walker, Mike Tyson, same workout routine. All right, Todd, let's talk about some SEC baseball and, of course, LSU baseball. It's been a couple of weeks since we caught up with you. There's been some success stories, going to Ole Miss, winning 2 of 3. Obviously, the sweep was right there, but still winning 2 of 3 on the road. And then you play Arkansas, and it didn't go your way the first 2 games, and you got blown out, but you did salvage game number 3. So do you feel any different right now about LSU baseball? Have they taken any steps in the right direction since, 3 weeks ago when we last spoke?
Their story's changed. If you remember before the season, the bullpen and the starting staff was veteran guys, and that was what's going to hold them in it. The offense we didn't know about because last year they weren't very good. And so that's how we went into the season, and then it flipped. Now all of a sudden the offense was pretty good, and the pitching staff's been rough, and a lot of walks and that type of thing. And here we are. Has it changed? The only reason it's changed, look, LSU's talented. Offensively, they're good. They got a 1 and 2 frontline starter, and they got a couple guys in the bullpen they can depend upon. So they're good. What's changed for me is I thought Auburn and Alabama would be walkovers, and they're not. I had Auburn last weekend in the Georgia series. They're pretty good too. And I thought that LSU could pick up a lot of wins these last 3 weekends, but now I don't think that's the case. Auburn's very good. Alabama is very good. A&M might be a series where you could rely on 2 or 3 wins there for LSU, but these next 2 weekends are going to be tough.
Todd, you mentioned LSU's 1-2 starting pitching. I want to talk about the 1-2 in the lineup, the 2 freshmen, Dylan Cruz and Trey Morgan. And I want you to try to put in context for us the success that they're having, because as you mentioned, we sort of came into the season thinking, all right, it's going to be the pitching staff, it's going to be the arms that carry you, and hopefully some bats emerge. And now all of a sudden you have 2 freshmen at the top of the lineup that no matter how difficult this season has been, are going to be there for the next couple seasons at the top of your lineup. And their numbers speak for themselves. I think they're probably as good a numbers as freshmen have had since you were playing. How impressed have you been with both Cruz and Morgan and what they've done, and really not just in the lineup but all over the field?
Yeah, very, very impressed. It's hard as a first-year guy to come into the SEC and do what they're doing, and you can see them gaining confidence week by week. And don't forget about Dugas and Doty. They're still young too. They're not first-year guys, but I mean it's impressive what the offense has done under Eddie Smith. Because again, keep in mind they were 12th. Now they didn't play the SEC last year, but they were 12th out of 14 teams in the offense category. So they've made huge strides coming into this year with who they've added and who they've done. But certainly Dylan Cruz, probably going to be the freshman of the year, has done a tremendous job offensively. And I think Trey Morgan, who they expected a little bit out of offensively, but he was so good defensively, I think that confidence is carried over. If you do one thing at an elite level, it usually carries over to the other side. And so if you're an elite offensive guy, usually your defense gets better. I think in Trey Morgan's case, he's so good defensively, it carried over offensively. And then being around Dylan Cruz and Dugas and Doty in that lineup has made him better as well.
All right, so I want to ask you the tough question, Todd, because you mentioned the bullpen, and we thought that was going to be a strength, and we thought Matthew Beck, and I thought Vittmeyer, and I thought, Aaron George, the veteran guys, would really take a role, and Beck's been injured, and Vittmeyer and George have not been effective. So with all that being said, and the struggles they've had, you feel good about where the lineup's going. You feel good about your 2 frontline starters. But this bullpen, there's nothing that I can point to say, man, I feel good about that heading into the latter part of the season. Is there any arms down there at the end of the bullpen that you feel like are close to making a stride where they're able to be counted on from Paul Mainieri?
I like Ty Floyd. I think he's got a real shot. Not really. I think that one of the key elements to winning championships is having guys do what you don't think they're going to do or not expecting them to do. And so they're going to need some of these guys to step up down the line. Because keep in mind, you got to get to that 13 win mark in the SEC. So in other words, 13 and 17 out of 30 games to even really be considered for the postseason. So they've got 6 wins they've got to pick up in the next 9 SEC weekend games. And the hard part for them as well is they're going to have to turn around and play in the SEC tournament. That's assuming they make it. They're 2 games up right now from the 3 bottom feeders to get in. but you've got to win game one, I think, to make an impression on the committee. And it's going to be tough for them because they can't throw Landon Marceau. He's going to throw Friday night in that last weekend, and then the tournament starts Tuesday, and it's a single elimination for LSU because they're not going to be one of the top 4 seeds. I just feel like you got to get 6 out of 9 wins. I feel like you got to win a game or 2 in the tournament just to get into the postseason. And with the bullpen the way it is right now, and for me, it's really just throwing strikes, Jake. You don't have to throw 96. You don't have to strike everybody out. Throw strikes. Just throw it over the plate. If they bang it out like Arkansas did, all right, well, tip your cap to them, and they beat you. But don't beat yourself. And I think that's been the biggest issue for me overall is just the bullpen's just been erratic in terms of the zone. And I think once you start pounding the zone, and I saw Auburn do that. That's why I say Auburn's hurt. Auburn's beat up on the mound too. But against Georgia, they got 7 runs the first 2 innings. And all they had was these bullpen guys coming in throwing strikes. They weren't impressive in terms of velocity or secondary pitches. They were just throwing strikes, and they won the game.
Todd, you mentioned seeing Auburn and Alabama and seeing them as stronger than maybe you anticipated. I'm the guy that's stuck in the LSU bubble. All I do is watch LSU and don't really pay attention to what other teams have. What's ahead for LSU? Because it's been painted as the easier stretch of the schedule, but you're on the road 6 out of these 9 games, and Alabama's got a better record than you in the SEC. How tough is this stretch, or how much tougher is this stretch than maybe the perception would indicate?
Well, clearly LSU does not have an advantage in Baton Rouge. So whether they're at home or on the road, the next 9 games are going to be tough. Auburn can swing it. I mean, they'll put up some runs on you. Again, for Auburn, the main thing is just staying healthy. They got Jack Owen, their frontline starter, back. He's been hurt. They didn't have anybody to start, and they got Jack Owen. He's going to be good. So I don't know if they'll throw him against Landon Marceau or if they'll wait and throw him against A.J. Levis. In the next 2 days, Auburn's just going to have to piece it together and figure it out. But like I said, I've seen a bunch of their guys, and they throw strikes, and they may not next weekend. But the game I had, they threw strikes. They had 6 or 7 guys come in. They had a 14-inning game against Georgia that they won. Ryan Bliss had ended up hitting a home run. The shortstop for Auburn's really good. You got to watch that kid, Ryan Bliss, very good. The infield's very good. They've turned the most double plays in the SEC. And Butch Thompson will tell you it's because they've had the most chances because they just don't strike anybody out. But yeah, the defense is really good for Auburn. They can really swing it. The one question mark for Auburn is going to be on the mound, whether or not they just throw strikes. But if they do, they're going to be tough, man, because, again, offensively, they can put up some numbers on you.
All right, he is Todd Walker. Does a fantastic job for the SEC Network, LSU baseball legend. Todd, we always appreciate the time, brother.
Okay, you're welcome, guys. Have a great day.
All right, there he is again, Todd Walker. He was being a little bit humble. There's like a big movement of you got to see Todd Walker play tennis.
I've heard that. Look, I got a little tennis in my background. I'm not going to challenge.
I mean, what do you not? I mean, you're a duck hunting college basketball player, got a tennis background.
Just a renaissance man.
Talked about throwing a paddleboard into the Gulf to go watch some volleyball.
I do love a good stand-up paddleboard. I suck at golf. I'm really bad at golf.
Bad.
I mean, I'm not like horrendous, but I'm pretty terrible.
Yeah, that wasn't a golf course by where I grew up.
I enjoy golf. Some things come naturally. Golf is not one of those things. No touch around the green. It's bad.
All right, when we come back, we'll finish up the show like we do every single day, answering your questions. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light. When we come back here on OTB OT.
OTB OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Can you feel it? Spring is almost here, and if you got a new boat for Christmas or you just want to take your boat to a new level, you want front-to-back boat service. HD displays, live sonar that show the fish before you cast, trolling motors. At front to back, they got not one, but two NMEA certified techs for all of your marine electronic needs. How does a brand new speaker system sound? Well, guess what? They do that too. So call 225-928-9644 or go to Front to Back Boat Service.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
50 years ago on Easter Sunday, Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo proudly opened our doors, and we've been hopping ever since. 5 decades of connecting people with animals, teaching our community about the problems facing wildlife and how we can help, and working with zoos across the world to protect endangered species. Today, our future is taking flight by stretching the possibilities of what your zoo can become, while we keep it fun and affordable for everyone. Thanks for coming along.
Starting in 1974, Central Plumbing has served Baton Rouge and surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Through these tough and trying times, we want you to remember that the Payne family is here to continue to support and serve you. As a multi-generational business, there is no job that is too big or too small. Residential, commercial, industrial, hospitality, we're here for anything you need. 24/7, 365. Give us a call, 225-925-8552.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
No matter what type of exercise you like to do, let Spectrum Fitness be a part of your exercise routine. Our low monthly rates and variety of choices will
Join us for Wednesday's edition of Jimmy Ott's Game Time, presented by Bed Rivers, live from City Slice Pints and Pizzas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We preview the Wells Fargo Championship and much more. We got action. It's Game Time. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
All right, it is time for Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet, and Vizzy Hard Seltzer. You see that, T-Bob in Cabo? You can do that with your baby hands. All three, triple fisting. Let's go. All right.
I'm laughing at some of these questions.
Ask OTB, country or rock music?
I'm a bad guy to ask music questions to. I go through phases. Probably in general rock, but there's some, I'm a big Chris Stapleton guy, big Jason Isbell guy, so it's hard to pick, but probably rock in general, alt rock.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon type,
I'm probably going to, I enjoy both. Probably going to go country. Everybody knows I'm the show's redneck, so I'm going to go country. Mario.
Rock all day. Sorry, Abby and Brittany.
It's okay. Eagle 98.1. There you go.
Definitely rock, specifically 80s rock.
I love 80s rock. That's a good call there, Danny. Ask OTB, Flynn or Jay Russ is your quarterback? Look, I had great times with Jamarcus. I really did. He threw me the ball. Flynn didn't throw me the ball. But Flynn was my roommate. Flynn led us to the national championship, so I can't hate on Flynn either. So, but both of them got me to the point where I was able to get drafted. So I've got to show love to both of them.
Yeah, I got to go with Jamarcus, mostly because I've never had an awkward handshake interaction with him. So, and he narrated the Joe Burrow video last year before the draft. So,
oh yeah, I remember that. Ask the bench. You have to make the Olympics in one sport. You have 1 year to train. Which sport do you choose?
That's a good question. It's gonna have to be something that doesn't require me to advance my athleticism a whole lot in the next year. So I'm thinking like shooting, where they like shoot at targets. I feel like I could train hard for a year at that and be okay. Or like the shuffleboard type situation, going that general direction.
I'm going to say to be able to win the 400 meters, because I feel like that is one of the most difficult races. It changes every time you run it. You have to be exactly right
400
in that race. You can't go too fast too soon. You can't go too slow out of the gates. You have to have this perfect science to be able to run it.
I hate running a 400.
I do too. That's what I ran in high school. And if you can do it at an elite level, it's like the biggest flex ever. So that's what I go. All right, Mario?
I'm training for archery, man. I feel like that's something I can get good at a year.
All right, Hawkeye. All right, Danny?
Give me a rugby sevens.
I knew that was coming, and I appreciate that answer.
Apparently trampoline is a sport as well, so I might go there.
Oh, you trolley ball,
yeah.
Ask the bench. Favorite Mexican beer? Coors Light with a lime.
I knew that was going to say.
Coors Light with a lime, guys. That's mine. Mario?
Corona. All day, all night. Definitely Corona.
All right.
Dos Equis? Does that
yeah.
count?
Yeah. Coors Light with a lime, though, is the right answer.
A little stronger.
All right, let's see.
So I suggested, I mentioned trampoline, and I saw a question in here about trolley ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, ask the bench, what's trolley ball?
Trolley ball is trampoline volleyball, and I hinted at a story earlier. Apparently, so we're going to the beach this weekend. Apparently, Scott is thinking about shipping trampolines to the beach, has already gotten permission to set up on the beach about 100 yards down from the beach volleyball championships, and wants to put on an exhibition.
Shipping trampolines... That one,
they're going to set them up. I don't know how.
That's a flex one, and I kind of appreciate it. But you probably could just go to the Walmart that's up the street. It's like right before. No, it's not right before Foley, and you can just buy new trampolines. It probably costs the same as shipping trampolines.
Yeah, look, it's not my money. It's not my project. I've just gotten a rumor of it. Sources have told me that this might happen. So if anyone from ESPN's listening and you're broadcasting beach volleyball this weekend, and you need something to like cut into out of commercial break, you might see some 30-year-old men jumping on trampolines with little children's.
All right, this is a pet peeve of Dat Cajun inside the chat. Ask Cody, why are you calling the Gulf the ocean?
I don't know. Just hadn't thought much about it. It's just what the word that comes to my head, the ocean. I don't know.
It's his pet peeve.
Okay.
We all have them.
I'll work on it.
All right.
Going to the Gulf.
I
do love the Gulf there in Orange Beach. Great restaurant.
Real quick, ask the beach, which Mexican food are you eating tonight?
You
Mario.
said the beach.
Quesadillas, steak.
That's the beach. I did. Bench.
Quesadillas, steak quesadillas.
Taco Salvador, carne asada.
I don't know. Hadn't thought about it.
Chips and salsa, because it's glorious. It's wherever you get it from. It's going to be great.
What's keto? That's
I don't know what that is. All right, join us tomorrow. Richard Dick Dixon, Rivers Huey both come in to help co-host with me. We'll see you then.
OTB.
Yo, Jacob Hester here for Patient Plus Urgent Care Center, the place that